Hello, good evening, good evening. I will say good evening until I'm absolutely sure I'm here. I'm here, yay! Hi everybody, welcome. You're watching the Roll for Good weekend. This is our Honey Heist stream with me, Prue, and my lovely players that you can see all around me. So if you don't know what we're doing here, before we launch into any bear crimes and any cool shit like that, Roll for Good is a weekend where we are raising money for charity. So if you have a few spare coins in your wallet, no pressure to donate, of course. We've been in a lockdown, it's been tough. But if you have a few spare coins in your wallet to donate, please do so. Type !donate in the chat in order to find out how. You do it via our Tiltify. Also, now is your chance. I'm gonna give you a minute to go over to your Twitter, your Discord, your Instagram, your TikTok, your MySpace if you're still rocking MySpace, and warn everybody that you're about to watch a sick game of Honey Heist, and try and get some more folks in here who might be able to donate another 50p. That's every little helps, you know? So that's what I'm giving you an opportunity to do now. If you're in the audience, please go ahead. And while you're doing that, I will introduce the rest of our players. So I will start with the person to my left. I don't know. I never know which way the thing's mirrored. But Diogo, hello. Who are you?
Hello. So
who are you and how are you? I think is a good way to ask that question.
First, I'm fine and excited. Second, so I'm Diogo. I'm an artist, and I play Sunset, a very unhinged little prom queen / crazy bear.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next, to my right, I have the lovely Will, who you may know from the Wilboverse. Hi, Will.
Hi, Prue.
Who are you and how are you? Welcome to the stream.
Sorry, I interrupted you when you were asking me the question. I'm good. Thank you for asking, first of all. How are you? I hope you're well. I'm excited. I'm playing Francesco, the new kid. I went to Christopher Walken, so I need to work out in the next 3 introductions what my character voice is. But I'm just looking forward to having some fun, real good fun.
Great, lovely,
some good fun.
Good, clean. It might not be clean.
Well,
it
might
sticky.
not be clean.
Sticky fun. Take that as you will, I guess. And next up,
I love you.
Next up, we have somebody who I have admired for quite a while, the lovely Nunu. Hello.
Surely can't
Welcome.
be me, but sure. Hi, everyone. I am Nunu, he, him pronouns, and I am a tabletop RPG streamer / professional storyteller and GM, and I'm here to play not a bear, but a honey badger. Drippy Dan, a slick, brainiac honey badger, here to entertain. I'll figure out the character voice in the following 2 introductions. Don't worry. Don't
Wonderful.
you worry, okay?
Well, you know, I have just realized I should do what the DM's role demands and warn you that although you can talk to each other because you are bears cannot talk to people. And that is something you have to try and figure out over the course of the game. So yeah, just bear that in mind as well.
Bear that in mind. Oh,
here we
go.
It was completely accidental.
So it begins.
No.
I do believe our captions are not continuing to roll to our lovely producer, just so that you know. So next up we have the wonderful Ben. Hello, wonderful Ben. Who are you? How are you? What brings you here today?
I've come to steal some honey. I'm Ben from the Flickering Torch, and I do TTRPG streams and YouTube content, and I'm playing Express. That's with a 3 because he's a hacker. He's a panda. He's kind of a stoner. I'll do the voice when he needs to speak, but you just know he's a stoner, and you'll know the voice in your head, in your heart's mind.
Wonderful. Yes. Great. Brilliant. Super. I'm excited to meet Express. And last but by no means least, we have the wonderful, immaculate, brilliant Evan. Hello.
Oh, well, that's pick me up there. No pressure. Hi.
Who are you? How are you?
I'm Evan. Kia ora. I'm Māori nerd on Twitch and Twitter. I stream TTRPGs, video games, and some bookbinding. And tonight I get to play with these wonderful people for a great cause. And I am going to be playing this big polar bear fella called Jelly Roy. He's a bit of muscle. He's plays center in the water polo team, and he's a bit of a gentle giant. So, but he's got allergy problems as well. So he's looking out for some honey because it contains, he believes it contains some antihistamine.
So it streams over. Done.
Roll credits.
Roll credits. Let's go. Thank you. Good night.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. You might notice I say that word a lot. Hey, it's my go-to.
Good word.
So, thanks, Will. So I believe that covers everyone, and hopefully that means you have now gone to your Bebo, to your MySpace, to your Facebook, gone to your aunt and your dog and your little brother, and been like, hey, there's some cool Honey Heist happening. Also, mine's pretty cool, huh? Mine are pretty cool. I encourage you to check them out if you don't know who they are. So without further ado, I believe it is time for some honey heisting. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready. Yeah, let's do it.
That's the name of the game, yeah.
Roll credits.
So, welcome to the Honey Heist School. The sun is low in the sky as a school day is drawing to a close. Across the quad, there are different mixtures of students from all sorts of cliques and social groups, all looking weirdly 35 plus in this Hollywood rendition of this high school story. And we have one fella in the corner strumming out a bit of Wonderwall on his guitar. And we hear, really? You thought you could go to the prom with me? Oh, pull the other one. It's got bells on. And the camera pans round to a young woman with blonde hair piled up on her head, the most impeccable makeup, a gorgeous manicure, talon-like nails, a Prada bag on her shoulder, and a dejected-looking young person with a sign by their side. And as we tilt our heads to one side, we see the sign says, "Beatrice, will you go to prom with me?" And before this young student has a chance to pipe up, kind of looking like they might be on the verge of tears through their bottle glasses, Beatrice and her posse shove by, laughing down the corridor. And we pan up to above these stone arches that surround the courtyard to a huge printed banner that says, "Honey Prom 2017. Don't forget your date." And then in small script, Sir Parrington's Academy for the Gifted. And that's it. Tonight's the night. It's the one the 5 of you have been waiting for, Honey Prom, where you know that the crown and scepter of the prom queen can tear the rarest Manuka honey distilled for hundreds of years, which is fine because it's a preserve. And this is your big break. This is going to be the most delicious and financially viable operation in your group's history. How you've come to get to the prom is up to you. But what I would like to do now is time fast forwards. If we look through the windows of these high school students, we can see friends laughing and joking as they prep their hair, their makeup, put on outfits, bow ties, tuxes, dresses, and people begin to pile into cars. And I would like to know, how are you all arriving at Honey Prom 2017?
So, Express has got one of those vans that, like, you know, the rock and roll painting style vans. It's got that. It's like a wizard playing a keyboard, but the keyboard is like a computer keyboard. And that rolls up. He's blaring like the blackest of black metals. We see like the window opens and like a massive plume of smoke comes out, and you can see he's like smoking out of it's a bomb made bong, not a bomb. It's a bong made out of one of those, you know, those honey jars that's shaped like a bear. He's made a bong out of that, and he's rolling up in his wicked rock and roll van.
Wonderful. You tumble out of this van, a cloud of smoke billowing behind you, and make your way up to the gymnasium of Sir Barrington's Academy for the Gifted, where festoons of like paper, the paper thingies, you know, the paper twisty thingies, they're there.
Great.
and balloon arches, all in shades of orange, gold, and black, and various students are milling about with some light, early in the evening music gently playing over some speakers. Not quite enough money at this school for a live band. Spent all the money on the crown and the scepter, you know. So who is up next?
Francesco.
I'm so sorry, Will.
Sorry. Please, sorry, apologies.
Express, what hat are you wearing to prom?
Oh, obviously, the bowler hat. The hackeriest
Wonderful.
of all hats.
Gorgeous. Thank you. Will, I'm so sorry. Take it away, my love.
It's okay, baby. I'm now panicked that I don't actually have the hat that I'm going to be wearing as a bear, but like I'm just impressed at the skills. Hats off to you, for Express. So Francesco is arriving typically on a Vespa, just sort of going down through the streets, sort of ciao to the different people as he arrives in Bear, and he's got a large oversized helmet, and as he parks up the Vespa, he takes the helmet off to reveal underneath a fez. And he is a large grizzly bear, known to his comrades as the new foreign exchange student that just really wants to impress, really wants to fit in, and is quite good at being a little bit sneaky, being a bit thievy. So is hoping to show those skills tonight. And he walks with a bit of a swagger, like, hey, buongiorno, hey, signorine, hey. And then, yeah, he'll walk in up to the school.
Wonderful. Who's next?
I can go next. So,
Please, Sunset, go ahead.
Sunset, you know, as the most beautiful girl in the school, or bear in the school, has gotten multiple invitations. And as she desired to share the grandeur that is to be around Sunset, she decided that a couple of the boys and girls, anybody who would like to take her, could rent out one of the limousines, pay it off, and let her arrive with them. She leaves the limousine. Of course, one of the guys who came with her leaves first, opens the door. She leaves with a certain splendor and has a, how's it called, a straw hat with a little crown on top of it. The crown has a little amber gem on it that resembles honey. She looks at everybody, of course, when she shows up, assuming she's the life of the party. She waves at everybody around her and goes straight into the gymnasium.
As you walk in, Beatrice and her friends all kind of give you side eye and whisper behind their hands to each other. Beatrice is the other head-to-head for Prom Queen, and her and her boyfriend Chad Waddington have been adamant to take you down and take your crown. You were homecoming queen this year. You're not about to get prom queen as well.
Understandable. Sunset can tell that they're whispering. She looks at them, winks a bit, sends a kiss, and keeps walking past them.
Great. And this gorgeous sun bear bumbles, hip swaying into the prom. Which of our final two arrives next?
Evan, you go.
I'm muted in Google Meet at the moment, so do you want to jump there? I'll just fix this.
Yeah, of course. As everyone arrives in their various fashions, and as you enter the main hall where the celebration is happening, you notice that Drippy Dan's already there, actually. He's not coming to the prom as a participant. Actually, he's managed to come as an invitation of the headmaster himself. So obviously, he would be here already, preparing for the grand heist of the century. Is what you could call the inside man. So yeah, as you enter this main hall, you see as he stands there, as the camera starts from button down, you see he's dressed in this excellently tailored suit, no blazer, just a vest and a white shirt, sleeves rolled up, and obviously because he's a honey badger, he needs to compensate for the lack of height when compared to the bear, so he's wearing a very fashionable top hat.
Wonderful. So do you walk on your hind legs or all fours as a honey badger?
Hind legs, I think.
Okay, yeah. The slick, drippy Dan top hat, equivalent height to his full standing height.
Yep.
What wobbles into the event, and you see in the corner a group of mathletes just excitedly bouncing up and down at your arrival. They look too nervous to speak to you, but they've got like Sharpies in their hands. They're so excited that the Drippy Dan, the genius, invited by the headmaster Sir Barrington himself, would be coming to prom
champion
today. And finally, the arrival of Jelly Roy.
Boom, boom, boom. Jelly Roy turns up in what is basically like a large, like a minibus. It's used for taking the sports teams around to various competitions. And he's been invited because he's been headhunted by the sports department to join on a scholarship to join the water polo team at Sir Barrington High. So he's come to check it out, and he's bought a gift as well. So as he gets out of this thing, he goes to the back doors, and he's big. He's probably about 7 foot, massive, and he gets this large kind of like, it's covered over, you can't see what it is, and he carries it up, and he takes it up, and the cover comes off, and he's brought an ice sculpture of Sir Barrington himself as a gift for the prom. Is it prom right now? It's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
You are arriving at prom. That's what
So he's bringing a gift of an ice sculpture of Sir Barrington, and he's like, walks up and he's like, oh, hi everyone. I bought a gift. Where would you like me to put it? And she's looking around a little bit awkwardly.
A gentleman rushes up to you who looks an awful lot like your statue. A tall, chubby man with a big bushy beard and lots of hair on his head, in a suit that's slightly too small for him, kind of bumbles up to you and is like, "Whoa, wow, Jelly Roy, I knew we were in for a treat when we got you on the sports team. Oh, thank you so much, lad." And with one hairy knuckled, enormous hand, claps you on the back. And you are not easily swayed at all, but he's got a lot of force behind that arm.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you, sir. I'm really excited to attend and really excited about tonight. So, thanks a lot. I'm looking
And to
forward
him, this just sounds like. And he's like, oh, very good, lad, very good. I'll get this wheeled away. And so a member of staff comes over, we'll say the librarian, and puts a little library cart underneath it and like wheels it over to the buffet table.
Kipple.
And
Been ages carving that from Antarctic ice.
Oh, it's quite all right, dearie. I've got it. I'm used to carrying around piles and piles of books. You go and have fun now. And flaps her hands at you. Did we get everybody's hat? What hats have people showed up in? Oh, a beautiful golf hat.
Wow.
I love it.
It's a sun visor.
Oh yeah, a sun visor.
Because unless I'm in the Arctic, everywhere is really, really warm. So
Yeah, it's perfect. I love it. It's wonderful.
It's always
Great
summertime.
job.
it's always summertime unless you're in the Arctic. It's always sunny and
I have a fez. Still
You have a
Christopher
fez.
Walken. It's still Christopher Walken. But yeah, I've got a fez.
And so we're now in the school gymnasium. The floor squeaks still under your heels. This brown checkerboard of planks, the paint of the sports court, attempted to be covered by variously placed podiums of flowers and snacks, and the music blaring through the speakers is now soft pop songs trying to encourage people to dance, but the dance floor is being given a wide berth, and it just smells like a school gym in here. They couldn't quite get rid of it despite all of the flowers and things. And you're sniffing the air, and maybe there's a little honey here, and all our eyes are drawn to this long buffet table in the corner where little honey oatcakes are laid out alongside various other foods, and pride of place in the center of the table, being carved by one of the teachers because they're not going to leave the students to handle sharps, is a huge honey roast ham hock that people are piling onto little plates and milling about with. And as you're looking at this, you might be scattered across the room, but you all catch eyes with each other. There is a reason you're here tonight, and that reason is not so legal. In fact, there might be crimes afoot as you want to steal the crown and scepter of the prom queen tonight. But first off is locating it. But as chance would have it, there's a feedback whine and screech from the speakers. Hello, students. It is I, Sir Barrington. Thank you all for attending prom today, and it's wonderful to see you all out here. It's been a hard year at Sir Barrington's Academy for the Gifted, but you've all done so well. The exams are over, the summertime is about to be in full swing, and we're one game off winning the whole football league and the water polo league. And he winks at Jelly Roy. I've in fact invited some guests of my own. We have with us in attendance tonight Drippy Dan, national head of the Mathlete Association Mathlon winner 2018, 2019. I forgot what year I set this game in for a moment. I hope it's in 2021.
You said 17, but he's so good. It's already been projected to be champion for the following
Projected,
next
yeah.
2 years. So,
Our projected winner for the next 2 years. You hear one of the mathletes like squee in the corner. And it's a head-to-head for a prom king and queen. But the votes have yet to be counted and verified. And we will have that announcement later tonight. I know it's what you've all been waiting for. However, there is one more special guest with us here today. Miss Universe 2017, may I invite you to the stage? And nothing happens. And you squint. And then you can hear it. It's like zzzz. And the most physically attractive bee you have ever seen comes flying into the arena. This is in the Honey Heist sheet, everyone. I did not make up the sexy bee. This is straight from the mind of Grant Howitt himself. In comes this bee. Now, imagine a Disney bee. Imagine a Disney trying to prove to you that the bee is female. She has long, gorgeous lashes, bright red lipstick. As she flies through the air, she sways from side to side, and she flies through the crowd, and you can't help but feel drawn towards her as that smell of pollen and honey and goodness just wafts off of her. And she comes to rest on a beautiful velvet cushion that Sir Barrington has seemingly drawn from nowhere. And she sits on the cushion, just preening her wings. We thank you, Miss Universe 2017, for attending today. And we can't wait to have you lead the first dance tonight. So, students, here's to what was a great year. I'm proud of you all. And have fun tonight. He raises a little champagne glass, and depending on whether the students have had their 18th birthdays or not, raise champagne or just schlur on the edges of the dance floor.
Got it on offer. £1 a bottle.
Express raises his like weird bong.
Sir, that's illegal.
Don't worry. Here at Sir Barrington's, we're pro decriminalization.
Winky face.
He steps away from the microphone, but the music doesn't start back up. Poor Sir Barrington, in his older age, is not the best with tech. And you hear, "Oh, I want my crown now," as a certain Beatrice Manuka comes to the edge of the stage in a gorgeous kind of golden gown with hexagons all over it, beautifully structured, clearly extremely expensive. And she, she's approached the bottom of the stage and is basically calling a Veruca Salt hissy fit. Look, I don't care if you stored it in the locked out basement, okay? I want it now! And you hear Sir Barrington, "Look, there's a good chance. Don't be cross with me, Miss Manuka. There's a good chance you might not even be queen. We have people like Sunset here tonight." "Don't mention that bitch to me!" And then you hear a, "Oh goodness," and a member of the like tech club comes over and unplugs the microphone, and there's a brief feedback screech where everyone puts their hands to their ears, and then the music starts up again. And a few braver students begin to make their way to the dance hall, just sidestepping side to side. They're not pulling out their full moves yet. What would you like to do, my lovelies?
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna waddle over as a panda. I imagine they waddle, right, if they're on their hind legs. Over to Sunset and go, "Hey man, you got this. She's unbearable, man." And then he just chuckles to himself for like a little bit too long.
Oh, I just feel like she doesn't understand. She has no chance. Like, I don't even know why we're doing this heist thing. It's gonna get to me anyways. In the end, we just need to grab it and take it with us when I win.
Dan kind of sneaks up and goes, technically, I think she does have about 62% chance of winning, so I wouldn't count on that. That's why we're doing the heist.
Sunset stares at you with a bit of an angrier face all of a sudden. How much percent?
Did I
Expressive
say?
fun.
I meant 32. Yeah, 32. But
That makes sense. That makes
yeah,
sense.
you winning is definitely not the plan B. No. You winning
Yeah.
is plan A. Then the heist is plan. Yeah, right, Express.
Express is like trying to do the math on his paws. Just go,
Yeah.
yeah,
Jenny's there
man.
beside you, like just like,
Roy, does the math on that make? Yeah, man, totally. You're gonna. I thought we said plan A was to steal the thing.
No, we definitely didn't. No, plan A is Sunset winning, and then yeah, then it whispers, then kicks Express on the shins.
But in the group text, you said. Oh no! You said don't tell. No, Sunset. No, it's fine.
What group?
Francesco at this moment is going to walk over and to the group and say, friends, we're here for the main plan, which is the heist, correct?
No, you're not supposed to tell Sunset that. I think. Oh, Sunset's here.
I'm sorry, English is not my first language.
We're all roaring at each
Fair.
other. But English, yeah.
I like to imagine that while we're talking, all the people around us are still just hearing a bunch of bears going rawr, rawr,
They
rawr.
absolutely are. But as you're all talking, I will say there are a few people that come by and are like, I voted for you, Sunset. Love you, Sunset.
Rawr, rawr.
Rawr.
While Sunset is soaking up all of the attention, Francesco is, like, as the thief, going to turn to the brains of the operation and speak to Drippy Dan and say, Drippy Dan, I feel in order for us to pull off this heist, we're going to need a distraction. And I think that Sunset winning, or at least thinking that she's going to win, could help us with the heist.
That's actually a very good plan. I mean, yes, distraction, classic heist plan. But yes, what if we talk to the announcer and try and stage a Steve Harvey kind of moment? That would be cool, huh?
Oh, Steve Harvey.
Oh, I forgot you're Italian.
That's right. I'm from Christopher Walken Italian, Italy, where we all only speak like Christopher Walken.
Just think about this man that read the wrong winner and then stopped the whole show to announce the correct winner.
The Oscars, the award
I think
ceremony.
It was a beauty pageant, not the Oscars.
Oh,
was it? But it also happened in the Oscars. You're right, but it wasn't.
Yeah. That. You sound like we're on the same page. I'm so happy about this.
I got like a printer in the Wizard Mobile. We could go like. What were we talking about?
a distraction. I think it was planning a distraction of announcing something different. Is that right?
We could go print off new cards or whatever, man. Like, or not, or we could, or not.
Well, I could volunteer to do a distraction with Sunset. So I think probably isn't there like dancing involved at a prom, and Sunset would. I think maybe your chances will be. I mean, they're pretty solid anyway, but they could probably be increased if you did an awesome dance as well.
Sunset now does start listening when she hears about her chances getting increased in prom. It's like she blanked out everything, and suddenly as soon as she hears her being a winner, she looks, oh, you know, I was also considered as the best dancer in my previous school, you know? So I think I can figure out how to do a great dance.
Okay. You'll need a dance partner though, so...
Express, do you happen to be free now?
Oh, wow.
The shade.
Express kind of just looks at his paws and goes, I don't think I should dance.
I guess then, Jelly, do you know someone?
There's someone springs to mind. They're really near us.
Wait, Jelly, weren't you like regional champion in ballroom dancing a year back?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Oh,
Yeah.
that's incredible. Jelly, would you like to dance with me?
No, yeah, really? Okay.
So
I'd be honored.
lay out this plan for me. We're having Sunset and Jelly capture everybody's attention by dancing together, and then what's going on behind the scenes while they're dancing together.
But we didn't plan that bit.
that. This is where we've planned that.
Go ahead.
Early stages of the heist.
Layering, right? It's all about
You
layers.
really should have thought about this before, you know?
Nah, it's fine. Dan turns
Right.
to the remaining two bears and kind of goes, okay, so well, first, we might want to try and locate where the actual crown and scepter are. So maybe while this is happening, we could snoop around. Kind of looks at Francesco more intently, if you know what I mean. Poke around, see if you can find something.
Didn't I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really listening, but didn't Beatrice say it was like in the basement or something?
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that.
Okay.
Before we do the dance, like, I have a special skill, and I tend to be able to sense honey around me. So if before we do this dance, I figure out where the honey is, or in this case, where the staff and crown are, and then me and Jelly come back to distract them, and the rest of you just finish the job.
So
Okay.
you're saying, well, you look out, we all need a dance, and then you come back and you sub in for you, right? That's the plan.
I think that Sunset wants to be the main character on the dance floor and also in the heist. Sunset, you need to pick what you want to do.
Okay, Sunset, please don't be annoyed at me any more than you already are, I think. Kind of gauges Sunset's expression. But what if the distraction isn't you dancing, but we make sure that Beatrice dances with someone important and popular? Then everyone would be looking and would give us the perfect excuse to snoop around the basement.
Brew, just sorry, very quickly, what level of tech do we have? Because in Oceans, the sequel, they can make a hologram.
You can
And that
make a
was, like,
fucking hologram if
2006.
you roll for it.
I'm a hacker. Hey man, what if like we record Sunset dancing and then we make like a hologram?
Is that something you can do? Why didn't you say that before? Yeah, of course.
Agree. I think that, you know, I'm so good at this, and since Jelly was also one of the winners, and previously like in dancing, ballroom and everything, I'm pretty sure the two of us could do something that even as a hologram would look incredible.
What?
I love Sunset so much. I just need to say that, sorry.
Well, I mean, you'll have to dance in the van. That's how I record the holograms. But like, I'm sure I can set something up. Like, they got.
How big is your van?
It's like a van, man. I don't want to tell you.
How much of this have you smoked, my friend? I'm only asking because I'm concerned.
You can smell it. I have fur, right? So it clings.
Can I attempt a thief roll to try and subtly take away the bong, or try to hide the honey bong from, not in a malicious way, but from Express, just to try and get him to focus on the job at hand? Only if Express is comfortable.
Yeah, are you cool with that, Express?
can try and take my weed. I'm sure I can find more.
There's probably more in the van.
This is a high school, right? It's fucking everywhere.
Yeah, you can make a thief roll then. That's fine by me. So you want to roll, I'm going to say roll criminal for this one, but you get to roll 2d6 and take the lowest.
So I rolled a 1 with my first dice.
Oh, I don't think you're going to beat 1.
Can't be beaten.
Fantastic. You express you're completely unaware as somewhere hidden in your fur are like a couple different baggies, and Francesco just looks like he stretches, and then Francesco, you've suddenly got all these drugs in your paw, and you quickly squirrel them away under your fez.
Love it. Okay, and I say, hey, Express, I don't want to alarm you, but I think that the honey-handed bandits have been known to be around these parts, and they've been looking for both honey and for weed. And I'm thinking maybe that if you don't check your supply, if it's still that great. If not, maybe the honey and the weed is in the same place. I'm just thinking, if no problem, great.
Obviously, they would hide the weed with the honey, man. Oh, bro. And he just, the O just keeps going on for an uncomfortably long amount of time.
So I'm going to move the wonderful bear gang we have here out to the van. The what was it? The wizard mobile?
Yeah, it's got a wizard with a keyboard on it on the side. It's a rock and roll van.
And
Yes, it does.
does it have speakers on top, like exterior to the van?
Yeah. It's got all that stuff. The inside of the van is mostly a holodeck to record holograms.
So you see this van that looks kind of like a Mystery Machine-esque, bright painted, Larry contraption, and you all begin to have your doubts. You've worked with Express before, but oh, is it tough every time. Then Express throws open the back doors, and no, you remember why Express is here. Absolutely. There are clean, the cable management in here, insanely clean and tidy. So good. Various laptops, neatly positioned screens on every wall, and then this huge metal platform that is glimmering with circuitries built into the surface, and you see the wonderful hacker room. There are a few like hula girls and that kind of thing, right, on the desks.
Oh yeah, literally every flat surface has got a hula girl on it.
Amazing. And Sunset and Jelly Roy, you may take the first dance of the night together in the back of this van.
It's a little bit cramped in here. It's gonna literally cramping my style. I don't know.
I thought you were a honey badger, aren't you? Like really
I'm a
small?
polar bear, bro. Don't you tell? Look at this.
I smoked a lot of weed, man. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Sunset.
Okay, Jelly, you
Yes.
lead. Okay,
yeah,
can you
yeah,
do
yeah.
this?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so Sunset, I'm guessing that Sunset being a sun bear, and then we have this Arctic panda. Or Arctic, is it Arctic?
An Arctic panda.
It's just a polar bear. The panda is expressed.
Arctic panda is amazing.
So
That's so
Sunset
good.
tries to hold on to his hands and kind of tiptoeing a bit. I'm guessing she's gonna be floating just ever so slightly, or is
Yeah.
she gonna just lower down?
I'm gonna lower down. I'm gonna scooch down a little bit. Go wide stance.
And I would love it if the pair of you could roll a dice for me each to see how well this goes off. And Express, if you could roll 2d6 for your for recording this, and everyone's trying to roll under a 3.
Okay, here we go.
I rolled a 3.
Ooh,
Perfect.
I got A3.
Yeah, a 3 is
Same.
fine. A 3 or under is fine.
1.
Oh.
Wonderful. Sunset, what did you get?
A 3 as well.
Right, this is perfect. This video recording, Drippy Dan and Francesco, you feel yourselves welling up a little bit watching this dance. It feels romantic. Feels like, you know, it's Greece's summer nights being played out in front of you. This is your Danny and your Sandy in bear form, swirling about on a makeshift dance floor together. And Express, you are in the Matrix. You can just see ones and zeros of green flashing by as you're coding and you've got it. This is maybe the best program you've ever hologrammed. Hologrammed? This best hologram you've ever programmed.
Jelly Roy in his head is like, this is a magical moment. I'm never going to forget that. And he's got basically Careless Whisper playing in his head as he dances with Sunset.
The only music in the van is rock and roll, though, so you're dancing to an entirely inappropriate song.
Yeah. But as a ballroom professional.
So, you now have this recording. You save it to a little USB stick. You saw that there were projectors inside, projecting like memories of the school, most of which featured just photos of like Beatrice Manuka or Sunset. Sunset always looking like really out of place amongst these like human teens. I'm just a bear in a straw hat. And you take this little USB stick back and you slot it into actually what I'm gonna say for folks is the plan has gone off without a hitch, so everyone move a point from bear to criminal at this point.
Oh shit.
So it begins.
So bear goes to 2, is that right? And
Yeah.
crime goes to 4. All right.
Because everybody was involved in this part of the plan, I'm doing it for everyone. If there are moments later where
Yes.
more or
So
less
I'm-
people are involved in a scene, we will distribute the points accordingly.
So am I at 1 and 5 now as your score is?
No, you're at 2 and 5. No, 2 and 4. 2 and
2
4.
and 4.
So, at this point, Express will have to turn to the rest of the crew as he's going to go plug it in. He's like, so this only works if there's a smoke screen, so, and then he like hands over his bong to them. You're all gonna need to smoke it up.
I don't know if I can do that. I'm a finely tuned athlete, so I'm not going to put that toxic poison into my body.
Good morals, man. Good. The rest of you are gonna have to get like 3 times as high, though.
I will say there is an ultimate solution here. Francesco can give some of the stuff he stole back to Express, and Express can create the smoke screen on his own.
I will at this point pop it out from my hat, discreetly dropping it on the floor and say, hey, Express, I just found loads of bags of weed on the floor.
Oh, hey man, you can take the bong then. I gotta plug the thing in though, so.
No, I don't smoke. It is also against my morals.
Great morals, man. Great morals. You two are gonna have to get. Someone will do the math. 6 times.
I want to impress people because I'm an exchange student and I'm new here, which is why I'm a rookie. But that is the only reason I'd consider it, and it's still something I gotta say no to, I'm afraid.
Okay, man, but Dippy Dad.
Yes, I'm not liking the math on this one. I guess I can try. It's a lot of smoke,
Awesome.
though.
Yeah, no, you can do it. You're a big guy. I mean,
If only
relatively.
be another way to do this that doesn't involve me being completely useless for the next hour or two.
Hey, what are you trying to say? I'm high as fuck and I've been so useful, man.
It's just because I'm not used to it like you are.
Express just takes the bong off and then just rips the fat. Gotta do
there
everything,
are also
man.
other ways to create smoke. I will say as well, if people want to do that, there are probably smoke machines at this venue. You could start a fire. That is a famous way of creating smoke.
No smoke without fire, is there? Of course.
Exactly. That was my thinking, Will.
Express is a high-functioning bear.
So Express, as Express put it, rips a fat one, and smoke bowls out around the ankles of the dancers, and a few of them are like, "Oh, why does this smell so bad?" The more naive members of the school, and thinking it's just a smoke machine, you know. And this grey haze fills the air, and Express plugs this USB stick into a projector and spins it on its axis, and there's a whir and a click as the program uploads itself. And then flickering into life in the middle of the dance floor is Sunset Jelly Roy. Jelly Roy's eyes looking lovingly down at Sunset. Sunset looking relatively ambivalent about the whole experience as they cruise around a dance floor that is far bigger than the space they take up. They seem very hunched over. It's a little strange, but the dance is so touching and romantic that everybody stops and it's like, oh, and you even hear Sir Barrington being like, wow, what a beautiful couple, and wiping a tear from the corner of his eye. And the coast is now clear for you to go a snooping if you wish.
Before we go, Dan's gonna do that weird science experiment with the fans that creates a tornado in the middle for the smoke to remain in place as long as possible. He's gonna go and move the wall fans and the ceiling fans in the perfect angle so we have as much time as possible.
You're making vortexes.
Yes.
I'm going to say, because you're
Vortexes.
Yeah, 2d6. This is 2d6 to see whether you accidentally blow the smoke away rather than keep it in place.
Oh no.
That's a 1.
Yeah.
It's a 1! Perfect. I'm going to actually give you another criminal point though. So now you're on bear 1, criminal 5.
Uh-oh.
You're going to need to eat some honey, maybe.
As we go towards the basement, I'm gonna pass by the meat table and just devour a huge chunk of the honey roast, and hopefully that will help.
Students very rarely notice or draw attention to the fact that you're bears. But in moments where you're seized by your bear-like nature, it frightens them. And this tiny honey badger crawls up the tablecloth, onto the surface, leaving little sticky footprints behind, and then full honey badger style wreaks carnage on this ham hock. Students are like, oh my god, and back away from the table, and you regain a point of bareness as you go from back to 2 and 4. And Prudence, loading icon on head. You make your way out. What I need to ask is, are you making your way out of the hall? Are you looking around the hall in the secret corners where no one can see you? There are locker rooms here. There's a few nearby buildings outside as well.
I think probably Sunset and Jelly probably have to be outside, or else there's duplicates of us.
Yeah.
So. Oh no!
Did we not do this hologram so you could freely walk around with us in the school? That's the end of the whole point of this.
So there's a hologram staying, and we're like just.
I think we're right behind all of the audience, just literally like slowly moving away, trying to not get seen.
Maybe we need a disguise.
So what I will say is, you two sidestep out of the hall. Like at the back of the audience, we can imagine the camera is like slightly above this scene of this hazy dance floor with these two beautiful bears spinning in each other's arms. Everybody's watching. Then at the back of the crowd, we see these two bears, one in a straw hat and crown, one in a sun visor, just sidestepping, puffing off. And then there's a click, and the sound of the gym door is masked by the going on at the food table.
Perfect.
And everybody regroups just outside the gym. And I'm going to give this to Drippy Dan as the brains of the operation. You see nearby the porter cabin where the science labs are. And as somebody who has occasionally done guest talks at this school, no one's sure how you do them. You just do them with really great demonstrations, like fantastic demonstrations, and then a lot of like quiet snarling. You know that these have some storage underneath, and that seems like a likely way to get down and under the school.
Wait. Through here. I think we can go down here. I remember there was some kind of storage, and perhaps that has access to the basement. At least the lower level of the school. Might be something. Checks the door.
And you enter the cold, quiet science lab. That slight smell of gas from the gas taps on the air. And
That's dangerous.
and you begin to feel a little drowsy as someone clearly left the gas taps open in here. Not safe practice at the school at all. I need to ask, what would you like to do as you smell this gas and you begin to feel a little lightheaded as a room full of science lab chemicals wafts you right in the face?
Oh no, propane poisoning. Someone do something about it.
Do we see Drippy then go in and understand that there's some gas, right?
Yeah, you can definitely smell it.
Yeah, as soon as we see that, can I just go to everybody, to Jelly Roy, because he seems to be the biggest, and say, just pull him back out. Pull him back.
Yeah, you can grab and pull Drippy Dan back out of the room. I'm going to say, roll me a d6 for bear, because I feel like grabbing and
that's bearish.
Is bearish.
Okay. 3. Oh no, my bear is 2.
Well, you are muscle.
Oh yeah.
I think this counts as muscle activity. Totally picking up a whole bear and chucking them back. So.
Do I roll another dice?
Yeah, roll another dice for me.
Ooh.
Hey!
Sweet.
So you pick up and grab Drippy Dan, his top hat and firemen's lift him over your shoulder, his top hat miraculously staying on his head.
It's
and you
glued.
back away from the science lab as this waft of noxious gas keeps pouring out of the room for you.
Close the door.
Full like firefighter himbo style.
Yeah. You're right there, Drippy. Come on.
That wasn't. Oh, thank you. That wasn't expected. We might need masks. Does anyone know where we can get masks?
What kind of masks? Like
Any masks, just so we don't breathe it in.
I haven't got any masks.
The pipes to bring the gas into the building, are they on the outside?
Yeah.
Are they green?
There's some that are growing out of the grass and vines have grown up the side, and then they like curl up and enter the building.
Do they look
So, yeah.
vaguely bamboo?
They do look bamboo-like, you might say. Yeah.
Upon seeing this vaguely bamboo sprouting up from the ground, I get kind of the munchies, you know? A big old panda bear. I'm just gonna bear out and try and chomp through one of these.
Yeah, you get to
These gas pipes on
roll
the
with
outside.
2 dice because you're a bear. Who is you're a panda. You get to roll 2 dice because you're a panda.
Awesome. Neither of those are under my bed.
Oh dear!
No.
I like your little counters as well. That's cool. That's cool.
Okay. So you bite into this pipe and try and rip it from the wall. You're trying to chow down, and this is metal. It might look like bamboo, but it is metal. And you're chewing through it, and it tastes disgusting. And I'm going to say that you do manage to chew through, and this gas just kind of wafts out and across the lawn. Slowly, the smell in the room begins to dissipate, those of you stood near the door frame. But Express, you have lighters on your person, and you have just released a heck of a lot of gas out, and with a boom, boom, the grass turns black as this ripple of flame bursts out with Express at the center. Express doesn't necessarily take harm from this, but more that you look like the center of a meteorite landing site, where around you there's just this black wave of scorch mark, and a loud noise has happened, and you can hear people in the gymnasium, which is just across the way, begin to start shouting and gabbling at each other. What was that? Oh my god, I'll go check it out. Oh, look after yourself, Sir Barrington.
Hey guys, that's not bamboo.
However, I will say, because the plan failed and you ran into a difficulty, everyone gets to move a point from criminal to bear.
Right.
Okay. Even Stevens.
Back to even Stevens.
Yeah.
I think that our distraction might be over because, I mean, I guess we created a new distraction, but this distraction is not really a distraction from what we're doing, so we can't, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
We just need
it's
to
a new
hurry up.
distraction. Let's use this new distraction. Come on, let's go.
Is Express still outside though, where the pipes are? Or did he come to meet us again?
Yeah, we can say Express definitely lumbered back over.
His shins are on fire.
Yeah.
Joe, I will actually say Express. You were at the center of an explosion. We'll say your shins are on fire. Roll me a bear to shrug off damage.
Roll
I
you
roll
a
a 3
bear.
or under.
Is the swimming pool near here?
What did you?
I got a 5, so that's.
You got a 5.
Look at that shit.
So.
Your legs burn off.
Oh,
So, although I think probably Jelly Roy gets you to stop, drop, and roll almost immediately. Jelly Roy seems like the most responsible member of this party at this point.
Come on, Express. Gotta put you out.
You now have lots of singed fur on your lower half, and as this is a failure specifically related to you, I'd like you to move a point back from criminal into bear, so you're now at bear 4, criminal 2.
It's like the weirdest chess move I've ever heard.
You asked about the swimming pool. The swimming pool is back over near the gymnasium.
Okay,
It's in fact on a lower level of the gymnasium.
good to know. Thank you. Well, we've got a distraction. Should we use it to try and get down to the basement, or?
Yeah, the lab should be free of gas now. Kind of points at the explosion because of that. So maybe we can use it to go down to storage rooms now.
Yeah,
And
good plan.
yeah.
you pull open a very obvious kind of trap door in the floor, and Drippy Dan slithers down first, tiny little frame, and the rest of you all squeeze your bulky bear-like masses into the hole. There's a few moments of bouncing and squishing as you try and exactly the physical acting. Well done. You drop down into just a concrete corridor. There's a slight drip, drip, drip. Wires and pipes are overhead. There is nothing on these walls except occasional puddles of water. But what's that? Sunset? You can maybe smell some honey somewhere further down the corridor.
And smell honey.
Must be
Follow
close.
me. And Sunset just kind of starts running. Like, at this point, the moment she hears honey, she doesn't even bother to tell anything else. It's just like, I smell honey, and runs towards the honey.
I do a real quick flashback, so I can move a point.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. So we have Sunset saying, I smell the honey, and then getting on all fours and running. And as this happens, we freeze frame, everybody kind of about to leap into action, and we cut back to.
So we're all in the back of Express's van, because he needs to show you a hologram of the subterranean tunnels that are underneath the school, right? So we see like where we are currently, and then we see like the rest of the whole subterranean thing. There's just black metal playing like too loud in the background as we're trying to discuss the heist, and that's why at the start we didn't quite know what we were doing.
What? What? What?
Yeah, so it's just us like trying to muffled like explain the heist, but there's just too much metal playing. But we have got a map of kind of the subterranean area.
Wicked.
Nice.
Okay.
So we see these bears in slightly less formal versions of the hats they have now. You know, it's not prom night. All huddled in the back of this van, an Express with like a laser pointer showing how this tunnel connects along and then back up through the air vents of the swimming pool. And we see Jelly Roy's excitement at the pool being in the plan. And then we see that the basement then has an area that Express explains, well, I think this is what's here, but these are old schematics from hundreds of years ago. This school is old. This is an old building. But schematics from like 1873 suggested there was extra rooms down here that have now since been sealed off. And you wonder if that's perhaps where the honey could be stored. And what state that's in, because you haven't been at this school long enough to have been invited down to any of these secret rooms.
An old-timey 1873 hologram.
An old-timey 18... Well, I'm saying you found a pen and paper map and you turned it into a hologram because you are a genius hacker.
No, I like the idea that it's like made of like gold or some shit, like filigree.
Yeah, most of the map is a bluey, greeny digital hologram, and then there's this bit on the side that looks like it's made of like newspaper clippings and ink that shows where the older rooms are. And then we smash cut back to Sunset running full tilt down the corridor. And Sunset, I'm going to need you to make a bear roll for me, because harkening back to the laser pointer Express used on the basement, you round a corner and in front of you, green lasers zigzag across the corridor. The science lab looked like they were doing more than we thought, and students in the science club have set up a laser defense system here, and I need you to roll bear to see if you can skid to a halt in time.
I'm on even Stevens, so this is a 50-50 chance. And I rolled a 1.
Nice!
Hey!
So, Sunset skids to a halt, and then she's on her hind legs, arms outstretched, and the rest of you kind of bundle up behind her in this ball of like fur and chaos, and you look out across this scene. These green lasers, shoom, 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 pointing across the corridor and blocking the way ahead.
When sunset stops, she finishes the last one just by literally looking and like doing a bit of a backflip, then looks at everybody and says, I was also winner of my extracurricular gymnastics.
Of course you were. Why are you surprised? Well,
So just making sure, is sunset past the lasers and the other
Not
one?
past. No, you're all.
Yeah, so she's
kind of-
just right before, right?
Yeah, right before it. Yeah, exactly.
well, this is a problem. If you give me
No.
like 5 minutes, I can try and map out
It's
the,
not
the optimal course. We'll take some
Dan.
flexibility.
Do not worry. This is what I trained for. All I need is to play a song, and I'm pretty confident that I could get to the other side of these lasers and turn it off, presuming that.
Say that, you see there's a huge red button that says off written on it on the other side of the lasers.
I'm pretty sure that button over there turns off the lasers, and so I could climb through.
You know what? I bet it's better if you risk your own skin than I risk mine, so go for it.
Hey, don't worry. And so at this point, he'll flick a switch in his fez, and it'll start playing Jimmy Fontana singing Il Mondo. And as the song plays, he performs this routine that will hopefully, given that Francesco will be rolling at advantage, will get them across safely to the other
Because
side.
Francesco is a thief, you do get to roll two dice, and you're trying to roll under your criminal stat.
Which is 3 and 3, I think, isn't it? So
Yes, and I will say, regardless of what happens, you're all amazed at the elegance that this grizzly bear, I think probably the largest member of the party. I don't know the science between grizzlies and polars. I don't know which is the larger of the two. I think grizzlies.
I mean, I'm really good at hibernating. I'm a big grizzly. I don't know.
And you'd think someone like Drippy Dan may be more suited to this, but no, with elegance and poise, one leg raised high and swiveling on the spot, then sliding on his belly, and then doing a really neat, weird little crab backwards over another laser, and you get to that final cross of lasers, and this is the moment you need to roll the dice for to see if you trip.
As Il Mondo is sung at the height of Jimmy's voice. I rolled a 2 and a 6, so
Yes.
there's 2 passes.
Hey.
Wonderful. I need you to move 1 point from bear to criminal, so you're now on 2 bear and 4 criminal, Francesco. And you do this wonderful, elegant. It's like watching modern dance. Just emotively wiggle your body like water through the laser beams, and then as you come out, you lift up one back paw, and with a high kick, press onto the off button. Also, Singularity Josh in the Twitch chat has just informed me that polar bears are the biggest species of bear by quite a considerable margin.
Nice.
There you go.
Science facts.
Thank
Science.
you. Also, now that I am talking about the chat, hi chat, I hope you're doing well. Please remember this is a charity stream, and if you have the ability to donate, we'd really appreciate it. And thank you to the anonymous donor that I think donated £250.
What the hell?
What the fuck? That's
Thank you so much.
God.
Thank you, Anonymous.
We just hit £2,000, which means Singularity
Damn.
Josh, speaking of the
Only
devil,
250.
will have to
Oh, sorry.
shave his head. So that'll be fun. He'll probably do it in the intermission tomorrow. So come on
What?
tomorrow to watch that happen.
Live shaving. The
And,
shearing.
The
So-
sharing.
cutting back to our
Cutting
bear
back.
scene.
Hey, cutting back.
My puns are always accidental. That's why I need you here to all give me the intentional ones.
That was a
Um,
quality joke.
I can't believe we've hit 2K. That's
Oh,
crazy.
oh.
That's so good.
Your
Oh.
huge
Quality.
giant back paw presses into this red button, and the lasers flicker and shut off. Shoom. And the way is clear for the rest of you.
Francesco!
Oh, good job, Francesco.
Francesco.
Good job. And I kind of lean down and pat you on the back.
It was magnificent.
Thanks, little polar bear, for reaching down to pat me on the back. I appreciate it. Big of heart, though, hey, big fella.
Huge,
And pat you on the back.
the hugest of hearts.
Should we go on
Yeah,
with the heist?
Yes.
Wait, we're doing a heist?
Oh, why did he bring? Oh, the holograms. Yeah, I remember now. Never mind.
And you, on your hind legs, your little claws clicking against the concrete, begin to shuffle back off down the corridor, and it's getting narrower and narrower. And before long, there's only a route that goes up, and you're gonna have to wedge your, I'm gonna call them elbows. I assume bears have elbows. Wedge your elbows and knees into the gap here, and like kind of jimmy yourselves up, unless you have another idea about what to do next.
We have one of those Mission Impossible like grapple guns where we could just like.
Someone can have a grapple gun. Yeah, it's you're professional heisters.
That feels like something that the thief would have.
Yeah. You think that, wouldn't you?
Francesco is a rookie though, so
it's my first day, guys. Can I do a flashback then, please?
Yeah,
Oh no,
absolutely.
actually no, because I'm a criminal, so I've already got 4 in that. Yeah. Being a consummate professional and absolutely keen as mustard not to let his new friends down, takes his hat off and pulls from his hat essentially a rope ladder, okay? And it works. You wouldn't feel like a rope ladder would fit in a fez, but the way that he's folded it, it's fine. So he pulls the rope ladder out, and there are 2 hooks on the rope ladder, right? Okay, stay with me, Prue. This will be gold, I promise you. And
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm locked in.
what he does,
I'm here for your fantasy.
what he does, do not say that on the internet. And with that, he throws up the ladder, and because he's such a good thief, or the role might say otherwise, it connects perfectly, and it is, because of engineering, enough to sustain all of our weights.
Yeah.
Even the little polar bear.
I'm gonna say it's made from
guy.
spider silk. We don't know how you did it, but it's a very strong material, right? It's weaved spider silk.
The strongest as well, yeah. Big spider.
Big spiders.
Right, so you were
Polar
I've
spiders.
essentially turned you into Spider-Man now at this point, Francesco.
That's fine.
A teen plucky rookie with spider throwing abilities. We're getting there.
Just don't want to let my friends down.
So could you make another criminal roll for me? You want to roll under a 4 or under?
Maybe 6 and a 1, 2 extremities, but
The one
got there.
counts. So this ladder with a gentle shushing and then a thunk, and you think it's caught, and you give it a few tugs, and then you kind of pull yourself up on it and see if it'll hold your weight. And there's a sudden shock as it drops a little, but you realize that was it, just settling into place, and the way is now free for the rest of you to climb up. I will say, everybody, now that the heist is going off pretty hitch-free, everybody move a point from a bear to criminal, please. I think that means Will's on a 1-5.
No, I'm on a 6
I don't
for criminal.
think you are, because you did a flashback, right?
No, I
you
didn't.
You didn't do a flashback, so you're not.
Oh,
No,
I'm
the other
pretty
way around.
sure you're not.
No,
Needs to eat some
I
honey.
was at 2 and 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then I pulled off that amazing, immaculate job without a hitch. Shocker. And then went to 1 and 5.
So,
Prue,
yeah.
since this is a charity stream and we don't want it to end, what if, hear me out, what if, as Francesco was doing this, Drippy Dan kind of pays attention and sees the the calculative glint in his eye.
Oh yeah.
He knows he's a rookie. He's going too far. He doesn't know the dangers of going
I like
full
where
criminal.
This is going, Nunu.
Yeah, and Ruby then walks forward as Francesco is throwing up the rope ladder, tries to put a paw on his shoulder to comfort him, but it's too small, so just places a hand on his thigh. No, we can't have that. We have to have some more lessons. Here, kind of takes a secret emergency pack of honey and just shoves it up his mouth. Just jumps on top of Francesco. Eat this! Shoves some honey up Francesco's mouth.
I am going to say, for this to go off without a hitch, Will, are you happy to be force-fed a little
Force-fed honey?
pack of honey?
I've got to be honest, I can't believe it's taken over an hour, but yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's what I've been waiting for, baby.
But this feels extremely carnage-based. The way you presented that roleplay felt very, very honey badger carnage.
Yeah.
So I want you to roll a bear skill.
Jelly Roy assists because he sees the danger, and maybe Drippy Dan is gives him the
signal.
The signal.
Yes.
And Jelly Roy was like, I'm real sorry, buddy. I'm real sorry about this, and it's for your own good. Holds him.
Express thinks this is a group hug, and also
You're doing so good. I'm just going to give you a real big hug.
I love that there's this group hug going on, and perhaps Sunset with her painted claws is stood on the side like, ugh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sunset is just looking and is like, oh, I remember when the other ones were rookies. They all do the same mistakes.
I love her. And so what I will do is, because we have a muscle roll and a carnage roll, I will ask you both to roll 2 sets of dice, and if one of those dice succeeds, this succeeds.
Okay.
Boom.
Here we go.
See.
Double threes.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm on a 2.
No, you wanted to roll under your criminal because you are.
Oh yeah. I'm on 4.
So
I'm 4.
you've actually done great.
All right, sweet.
Nunu.
So 1 and a 2. So
A
also
1 and
success.
a 2. Yes! 4 successes. So honey has never tasted so sweet, Francesco, and you. For a moment, you were thinking of leaving your friends. Your poise became more humanoid. The blacks of your eyes became whiter and whiter. Your teeth became a little less sharp. You were ready to run off with the money. You were ready to leave these foolish bears behind. But as that honey hits your taste buds and the sticky, sweet taste fills your mouth, and Drippy Dan is opening and closing your jaw for you, and Jelly Roy has wrapped you in a tight, tight hug, and you feel Express's body warmth kind of pressed up against your front as well.
I sort of
feel
say,
your bear nature come back to you.
Thanks, my friends. I didn't realize how close I was to losing control.
It was certainly a sticky position you were in.
That's right. It was
Excuse me?
Express.
Yes, it was, for sure. But look, kiddo, this happens to all of us. And now we have Jelly with us. Imagine when we didn't have Jelly and we couldn't hold the rookies. We lost some of them. I'm gonna be honest. We lost some of them. They became criminal masterminds. Not gonna lie. That's why I recruited Jelly.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you, Jelly.
No, it's just agreeing with Drippy Dan. But you're
I
welcome.
remember Miguel. He used to be such a great rookie.
We don't talk about Miguel. Remember Sunset? We don't talk about Miguel.
Sorry. It's still, too soon. Too soon.
Wonder how he's doing in that architect firm.
And with that, you make your way up this ladder. Thoughts of Miguel trying to be banished from the back of your mind. Will, you are on a 1-5 rather than a 0-6.
Okay. Close.
As the others helped you out there. And you are now all having to get on all fours, arms flat, Jelly Roy and Francesco. This is a tight squeeze for you, but you're all wriggling in and army crawling down this duct. And Sunset, that honey smell, it's so strong again. I would like you to roll. You get to a divergence in the path. You can go left, right, or carry on straight ahead. Could you roll me your sense honey ability for me?
Yes. Let's see. She rolled a 1.
A 1.
6 and a 1.
Whoa,
Brilliant.
dope.
You know immediately left. Go left. And
Left. Am I in the front or am I
Well,
in
I'm
the
going to
back?
say you won and you somehow managed to squeeze your way comically cartoon style in amongst everybody else, and you get to the front and now you're going double speed, triple speed, just crawling. That gymnast's flexibility really helping you out here. And then it widens to there's a bug on my head. It widens to a huge kind of platform area with ventilation grills going down. And is that chlorine or honey you can smell? And as you crawl over it, you gently push open this air duct and stick your head out. Anyone looking in from the ground floor would see these 5 little bear heads just on a swivel, just looking around. And Jelly Roy, what have they done? They've taken your beautiful pool and it's filled to the brim with honey. And at the bottom of that honey, you can see, what is it? Maybe a key. Yes, there's definitely a key at the bottom of that pool of honey.
I dive straight in.
I think we all
Jelly
do.
Roy, as Jelly Roy straightens out his body, tucks and rolls, we will cut to a break here.
Woo!
What happens after the
A new
break?
time. Boom.
Oh. welcome back to Honey Heist. Woohoo! They're heisting some gosh danged honey, these kids are. If you don't know where you are and you joined during the break, you're at the Roll for Good weekend. Hi. Roll for Good, debut weekend. We've never done this before, but we are playing marathon TTRPGs all weekend. This is the last one of today, and we'll be playing more tomorrow, so come back tomorrow as well. But it is a charity stream. If you couldn't tell, we're raising money for Mind, the mental health charity. So if you have some spare money, please donate. And if you stick around till after the game, we have an intermission where you can win stuff as well. And you don't have to donate money to win stuff. So for whatever reason you're here, if you're not here for the story, stick around to win stuff. Hopefully you're here for the story. Hopefully we can charm you with our bearish ways. And if you weren't present before the break, let me refresh on where we are.
Do you mean before we took a pause?
Yes.
I do. It pains me to say it, but I do.
Don't want to be associated with any bear puns. I'm just saying that now.
So before the break, our intrepid bears, after a moment where Francesco, the rookie of the group, nearly lost himself to the life of crime, they crawled through some air vents, squeezing around. Sunset detected, yes, there's certainly a lot of honey up ahead, and before we knew it, they'd opened a ventilation shaft and seen a swimming pool filled to the brim with honey, with what looked like maybe a key card at the bottom. And with one big kick of his legs and an elegant flip, we now cut back into the action with Jelly Roy, the polar bear in the sun visor, diving into the honey. Are you like a fancy diver, or are you just trying to do this as cleanly as possible?
The opposite of fancy. It's a bomb. It's a full knees up.
And
Full epic Manu.
with like a whistling sound. It's just
Yeah.
soft thud, and you slowly begin to sink into the honey. And the others land plop, 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 next to you. What would you like to do, my lovely crime bears?
I would like to eat some honey.
I'd like to swim to the bottom and eat honey with my mouth open on the way.
Great.
We're all doing the same. No one can.
Anyone who wants to eat honey, please go ahead. And if you do, add a point back to bear and remove a point from criminal for me.
Yes.
If you didn't know that we what Honey Heist is, there's a link down in the credits below for the PDF for this. If you want to like know what we're talking about and play along, go ahead, open it up, have a look. Grant Howitt is good at writing games, and I think you might enjoy it.
Just as a thing, how good is a straw hat at keeping liquids?
I mean,
Honey's pretty thick, right?
you can
Yeah.
certainly try.
Because Sunset will definitely eat it for a bit,
Yeah.
but as soon as because she notices Jelly Roy is going to the bottom and the other ones are doing their thing, so she goes a little bit up, grabs the little straw hat and scoops out a
Absolutely.
big honey and then puts it back on her
Yes.
head.
I will also say you can fill the hat with honey and you slam it back on your head, and this like it actually, if it was anyone but you, it would look ridiculous. But on you, these beautiful golden drips kind of caressing the sides of your sun bear face, running down the center of your nose. You look like a high fashion art piece.
That's why they call it drip. Now I guess.
Okay. You see Drippy Daniel being outdone.
Yeah, clearly.
Also, I will say you're welcome to have brought like a clutch with you because it's prom, and you can get this little clutch purse and like scoop honey into it. Because I'm assuming it's probably empty, right? You have no need for money.
Honestly, I brought nothing besides my beautiful self.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't
Alright,
need
then.
anything else.
The straw hat is now full of honey and firmly wedged on your head. We have bears kind of half floating, splashing around, filling their mouths with honey. Bits of fur are coming off in the honey. It's looking more and more like a gross piece of amber from Jurassic Park by the second. And we see Jelly Roy. I would say it's bullet time, but it's not. It's actual time. It's just extremely slow. Diving down
Honey
to
time.
the honey. Honey time. Mouth opening and closing as he bites through the honey, creating little pockets of air for himself as he goes down. Are you aiming for the card?
Absolutely.
So make me a swim roll, and you get to roll 2 die because you're a
Alright.
polar bear.
Yeah. Doing the thing. A 1 and a 3.
Great, that's perfect. They are both successes.
Yes.
So you push through and the ripple of your huge polar bear muscles. It's like you're swimming as fast as you can to the ball in water polo. In fact, you're missing having your little swimming cap on at
With
this
the
moment.
ears, with the catted ears.
And your hand reaches out and your white furry paw with its black pads just around the key card. With your lack of opposable thumbs, it's more of a pat and grab. And you snake your way back up to the surface, the rest of you watching this amazing athletic feat. Jelly Roy really proving he truly is the muscle of the group. What would you like to do next? What's going through our bears' minds? I will say you can go back up into the ventilation shaft. This is the point as well where we begin to connect onto the 1873 forgotten remodel of the schoolrooms that have been deep in the basement and potentially not accessed for years, but nobody knows. Secret rooms.
As I breach the surface of the honey, I look over and I see Sunset with the hat and the honey drip like a piece of art, and it's almost like the whole background just goes blurry and it sparkles, and it's like heart stops just for a little second, and then just remembers we're on a job. We're on the heist.
Jelly, you're sinking again. You're sinking.
Just died in my arms. No, we're on a job.
Just a quick thing. Did we all go up one stat in bear then, since we all drank the honey in here?
Yes,
Yeah.
so Francesco should be a 2-4 bear criminal and everyone else should be back to the 3-3.
I was going to ask whether or not I could do a quick flashback to put myself at 3-3.
That would add criminal, wouldn't it? Not.
It would add criminal, yeah.
You're trying to add more and more bear to yourself by consuming honey. You're at 2 bear and
Okay,
4
sorry.
criminal.
I thought you could do a flashback to even out the score, not to move one over.
No, the
That's,
flashback is to make you more criminal. Eating honey makes you more bear.
Gotcha.
I did include a swimming pool full of honey in case anyone had got too criminal. So I'm glad I did that.
Fail.
Sorry,
Unfortunately, we didn't
people
reach it.
Prepared to fail.
A game master should never reveal their secrets, but hey, here we are.
Can Sunset go
Teach
to Francesco? And as Sunset said, her crown has a little amber gem, which resembles honey because it is a little honey jewel. So can she go to Francesco and very sneakily, because she doesn't want to lose face or respect, she looks at him and is like, look, I can tell that you're starting to get a little bit, greedy with everything. And I thought that it might be easier for you if you have this little, it's something that I use, but I feel like you need it more now. And she takes it out of her crown, looks at him, don't tell any of the others or I will kill you. And just puts it in his hand and goes back with a big smile. Okay, let's keep going.
It's amazing.
Expressly leans into Drippy down and goes, does that mean they're like dating now or what the
I hope not, because that would break Jelly's heart. Maybe.
Yeah. crushed. I saw that. Crushed.
He saw that.
Oh shit!
I was
Completely
staring right at
oblivious
her.
to-
I was staring
Wow,
right at her when
like-
she did that.
Honestly, if this heist fails because of high school drama, I will
It's the
be
best.
so happy with all of you.
It'd be accurate, right? It'd be accurate. Like Francesco is completely oblivious to this. He's just chewing on this piece of honey, just like because it's a bear thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
You are with that more than welcome to get yourself back to a 3-3, along with everybody
Yes,
else.
awesome.
And I
Roy,
will
you should
say-
make out with Beatrice to make her jealous, man. That's what you should do.
the human. I should make out with a.
No,
No, Roy.
Oh, Roy should.
Still a bear.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah. That's
I've seen every high school movie ever. That's what you do, man. It always works out fine.
Oh no, but Beatrice she's got a fella, that Chad guy. I'm not that kind of
Football's
bear.
got a goalie, man. Up top.
Morals, bro.
As the
Ah.
responsible one here, clearly, I will have to advise against it. But you know what? It's prom. Do whatever you want. Just let's just
Yes,
finish this,
Trippy Dan.
please. First.
Did you just say what happens on prom?
What happens at prom stays at prom.
And Jelly's blushing. He's like, the fur around his face is going pink.
So
Oh, man.
you have this sticky key cup between your hands. I'm gonna say everybody takes 10 to lick themselves completely clean of honey. I know everybody's a little damp, but very satiated. Any munchies Express might have had are fully gone. Not to say they won't be back within a few minutes, as probably gets out that little squeezy bottle bong again. And yeah, you're looking around the pool. This is a pool. This is a full-size pool. It's like half empty. You ate so much honey.
Oh,
You went crazy.
Yes.
You are now looking around a room that has what you know to be like locker rooms and showers off to one side. There's the vent up above, and then of course potentially a way into the secret rooms.
Before we leave,
I will also say you can have a shower if you want to. If you want to, they're there, right? You can have one.
Take some time. Why not?
Yeah.
A mid one-shot shower, a classic.
before we leave, one question for the school. What is the school's policy on drugs?
So they won't tell the cops because
Express.
Sir Barrington is pro decriminalization, but legally they have to say we do not support, and me for Twitch terms of service, we do not support the imbibing of drugs.
So what you mean to say is, if Beatrice happened to have her locker in the room next to it, and Express just accidentally dropped
You could have framed Beatrice.
back there, would that imply that
Yeah.
she could possibly not become prom queen?
Yeah, I reckon it could.
So
Do a
devious.
carry thing with honey as well if you wanted.
I hadn't even thought of that, and I'm gobsmacked. Like, yeah, please do a carry thing with honey. Oh my god.
So
Um,
can we do a mix? So Express, would you kindly, take out most of the drug? I don't want you to lose your drug. Leave a tiny little hint there just to remind people that this bag was used for drugs, and slide it inside her locker. And if anybody would like, this is up to you because I don't want to take away from the heist, but we could possibly rig something to carry her with honey.
For those unfamiliar with what carrying someone is, it would be upending a bucket full of liquid on someone as they achieve the prom queen award at prom. In this case, a bucket full of honey. In the movie Carrie, it's pig's blood. Let's not do that here. This is a much
Yeah.
more friendly stream. I don't know where you'd find the pigs anyway.
And also we're bears. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. because not only do we get to steal the honey bee thing that we're here to get, which I completely haven't forgotten, but also we get one up on the, that bitch.
Yeah,
Guys,
exactly.
I'll be honest. Are we here to steal honey or the prom queen? I was really high when we figured this plan out.
Porque no los dos,
I created a WhatsApp group just with the 4 of us specifically leaving Sunset out, so we knew what the plan A was. And now you're saying that plan B is plan A? I'm very confused.
Sunset created a WhatsApp group with everyone but you in.
Oh. Oh, no, this is awkward.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell either of you about either of the what. It's fine. We're all good.
Plan A is still to steal the honey. Plan B is, this time I know I don't need it to be plan A because I'll definitely get prom queen anyways. But as you said, there's a 33% chance that she can get it. And I'm all up for upping the chances of me getting it. So all we're doing is getting the honey and getting the prom queen.
So what I'm gonna say for this is, I think it's a grand idea, and I think Sunset's definitely leading away for this. So I was gonna say, Sunset, roll a criminal roll to plant weed in Beatrice Manuka's locker, and then the rest of you, this is a swimming pool. There's buckets. You can take a bucket of honey with you if you want, and then when you get back upstairs, rig a honey trap if you want.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, sure.
So first I need to roll the criminal roll.
Yeah, roll me a criminal.
I don't know if Sunset is that good at being a criminal. Yeah, she's not very good at being a criminal.
Actually, I'm gonna say roll 2 because you are a face, and this seems very facey to deviously set someone else up. I know you're not talking to someone and you're not trying to persuade someone, but this is very I feel like this is a very much a face.
Yeah, it's cunning, very cunning.
Very
She has
cunning,
to.
yes.
She has to be good at crime. I mean, looking that good must be illegal, right?
Thank you. I rolled the same.
Poor Roy. I'm feeling so bad for Roy at this point.
I'm sure Roy agrees.
I do agree.
I rolled exactly a 3 on the second one.
Hey, there
Perfect.
we go.
Hey.
That's a success. I'm gonna say you have to take a point from bear into criminal though, so you're a 2 bear and a 4 criminal. There is an entire swimming pool of honey. You can just go have another bite if you want.
I mean, Jelly Roy's in the shower. Carry on.
So I don't keep talking. The only thing I want to say is, can I go to any of the other ones, possibly the brain, Drippy Den, and very sneakily ask what's the percentage, without Jelly Roy hearing, of Jelly Roy becoming prom king?
Well, while you're doing that, Jelly Roy's taking a shower, very suggestively looking over his shoulder at Sunset.
Intentionally flexing his huge muscles to wash his shoulders.
I just gotta get that bit on my back.
I gotta be honest with you. Without us manipulating the results, it's not very high. Chad's got it locked down, but maybe we can do something to Chad as well.
So if I try to sneak another bag into Chad's one, would that be a second roll?
So this one, I'm going to say, is up to you. If you want to risk it for a second roll, you can, or we can make this all one thing and we can say their lockers were next to each other and you just did a...
It's up to the other ones. What do you guys think is more exciting? Randomness or...
I think the answer is always randomness, isn't it?
Okay, try and roll into your criminal for me, Sunset.
Let's go.
Let's go.
4 or less.
And just because I think I forgot, the last time when I was on 3-3, because I did it correct, you said put 1 on criminal, right?
Yeah, so you're trying to roll under a 4 right now.
Yeah, just making sure of that as well.
A 4 or under.
A 1.
There you
A
go.
1.
Yes.
So,
Smashed
you are confident that not only will this little bag have landed inside the locker. It's going to be that perfect prime place where if someone throws it open, it's just there, like spotlight from the like strip lighting above, just shining on it. A damning indictment of Chad Waddington's jock status, because unlike good pure boys like Jelly Roy, perhaps Chad has been using to get ahead.
I hate cheats. I hate them.
And since I'm
prosper.
on 5-1, so
Ooh.
I'm just gonna go to the pool, drink a little bit more to at least.
Yeah. So drop yourself back down to a 2-4 for this one.
Yeah.
Boy, you are aware we're literally criminals right now, right?
Excuse me?
Yes.
You keep talking about morals, man. We're here to steal things. Like,
Oh, that's different. That's different because it's honey.
Yeah, the honey
products.
doesn't belong to the humans express. We've talked about this,
Yeah.
right, Roy?
This is
We've all
suspicious.
seen
Exactly.
Bee Movie. The honey
Yeah.
belongs to the bees.
It's a natural product. It belongs to nature.
he lights
We're
up
more-
his bong again, takes a big drag, goes, yeah, no, now that makes more sense. Okay, we can go.
Yeah, Roy. We're not criminals. Don't worry about it. I didn't recruit you for a criminal mission. No, never would I.
I mean, I get that. You know, it's a grey area, but you know, you gotta have personal boundaries.
That's my
Um,
boy.
Drippy Dan, I want you to roll the criminal for this, because you are trying to convince poor Roy that you're not doing anything illegal, and I don't think that's necessarily true.
You think? If I say that this has definitely been part of an elaborate plan from the get-go to make sure that Roy helps us without knowing that he's committing an awful crime, say it's a
Yeah.
brains move.
You can
Definitely
roll
brains
2.
move,
You
right?
can say it's a brains move. You were trying to logic him out of it, so
That's a 3. So good.
perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to please move a point from bear to criminal though.
Of course.
So as you're all wandering around, I'm gonna say, between Francesco and Express, which of you might be likely to go to your own locker at this juncture? Like, is Express maybe picking up some more stuff from his locker, or is Francesco getting out more tools?
I mean, Francesco would be pretty close, or staying pretty close to Sunset, on the basis that he is now feeling pretty much indebted to her for giving him that sweet honey. And so for him, he is basically just going to be taking her lead, like an idiot, like the rookie that he is. Because anybody that shows him love, like, he'll be like, yeah, all right, cool. Okay,
Wow.
you
Wow.
you like me, right? And that's what he'd be doing.
Express is definitely going off to get a bag of pom bears to feed his munchies.
So, Express, you throw open your locker
Pom bears.
because you have like a wall of pom bears. You've taken it from a shop, you know, like the little, like, when they're hung up on little tags. You've taken a whole strip of one of those from a shop sometime in the past and hung it in your locker. And you throw open your locker and you see this array of delicious pom bears on the wall. I really want some pom bears now. And the back of your locker, you have beautiful fields that remind you of your ancestral home, these bamboo forests. And the munchies really got your tummy a rumbling as you're looking at this kind of wallpaper on the back of your locker. Would you like to try and eat your wallpaper alongside your pom bears?
Sure. I'll eat anything
Okay.
in this locker.
Sweet. Roll me a bear roll.
Roll you a barrel.
With 2 die, because this is some bamboo.
It's a 2. We're good.
Yes.
Wonderful. So if you could move a point from criminal to bear for me, so your bear's at 4 and your criminal's at 2, I believe.
Mhm. That is correct.
You rip open the pom bears and start eating them, and then you start ripping through the pom bear packets, and it just looks like a chaotic mess. As the rest of you are all kind of either showering buffly or discussing the inner workings of the social group you just hear a coming from Express's direction. And then Express, you start ripping at the back wall and just shoving this paper in your mouth as well. You've never been so hungry. I don't know what was in whatever you smoked earlier, but these munchies are like no other.
I also had edibles in my locker that have just given me more munchies to go through the wall.
Yeah, they were Pom Bear edibles. I don't know how you did it, but you certainly did. And as you do, you notice there's a crack down the back of your locker, and you bite and you tear and you rip, and you actually rip a hole in the back of your locker that leads to a secret room.
Dun dun dun.
Starts staring at his paws
Oh
off his face.
my
Hey,
God.
hey guys.
Huh?
I think I'm hallucinating again, but can you look at this?
Shit
And
myself off.
you all gather round the locker, all these huge hulking bears and this tiny little honey badger in the top hat, just all peering in, and you see this open space, this cavity in the back of the locker. At the moment, it looks like, I don't know if you've ever seen Time Bandits, but it looks like the very beginning when the little boy's bedroom wall just shoots off, and there's just this black, empty space into nothingness ahead of you.
Well, sorry, Dan. No, you go.
What?
I knew.
That's okay. You know what? You have to learn to initiate conversations sooner or later. You go.
Thanks, Dan. I can't remember what I was gonna say though.
Hey man, did you have
think-
some of my edibles as well? Cause
No,
you're not sounding sober right now, my guy.
I'm just a little confused. I thought that. Look, shall I be the first one to go in? Because I'm new. It is.
Hey, if you
Is
don't want
that-
to, I'll go in if you're a bit scared. I can do it.
I wish I was as brave as you, Jelly Roy.
Comes with experience, you know. You'll get there.
I hope next year I won't be the rookie, and
Exactly.
maybe I'll be a different role.
I believe in you.
Thanks.
I love Jelly Roy. Jelly Roy is such a sweet, sweet bear.
Do you want me to go, or you want to go?
No,
Want me to do-
you go first.
Okay.
Only because if I die, I don't think anyone would care. But
Hey.
if you do, I think you'll get a better response than I. You know.
Wait, do you
That-
want to go, Jelly Roy, to go first so he can die and get a funeral? Where's your logic there?
I'm not the brains this operation. I am the thief, and I've done all those things pretty well.
Francesco, I think before we continue with this mission, it's important that we have a little conversation, okay? It doesn't matter the degree of experience that every single one of you has. What matters is you are crucial sprockets in this machine, this complicated machine that forms our group. Everyone has
squeezing
their role.
past and going in while the conversation's going on. carry on, Drippy. You're doing great. I'm gonna just pop in.
You squeeze through Express's locker while Drippy's giving this like amazing motivational speech. Pens and notebooks and empty baggies and even like a bong shatters on the floor as you like push your way through this locker.
Trying to hide my eyes glazing over at all the words, just like far out.
And you squeeze and come out into a dark room. There's floor beneath you. There's definitely walls as well, and you reach out with your paws and you feel a big metal table, and splish, your hand lands in some kind of maybe water, and you bring it up to sniff it, and it smells chemically. And you are in the forgotten photography dark room of the school.
It's all clear. It's all clear. Francisco. It's all clear.
In response to hearing my name being called by Jelly Roy, I will find the courage that I need to crawl through the dark and Jelly, I feel real silly now that I see it's all clear. I'd heard, hey everyone, it's all clear, and shout back for the others.
Francisco, you're doing great. Okay, you're doing great.
Thank you so much.
My dad is watching, I think. Hi, Dad.
Hey, Bruce.
Don't say hi to Paul.
Yes, Paul.
He's doing a great job, Dad.
Sorry, please. We'll cut back to the action. The bears in the dark room. Some feeling so inspired. What's going ahead?
Well, Sunset will definitely go last because in her brain, her dying is a greater pain to the world than anybody else who's in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like to think as well, right before she goes in, she's like picking some of Express's things out of the locker so they don't get caught in her fur. You know? Yeah.
Squeezing past.
And everybody squeezes into this dark room. It's not very big. You're all standing kind of shoulder to shoulder, belly to belly. And Jellyroy, because you were first in, you soon find some heavy velvet curtains. And as you peek them aside, you look into a room that seems so out of place here. The floor that is concrete everywhere else on this floor has been inset with marble tiles. The walls have big Grecian pillars along the side. Perhaps it was a long forgotten theatre performance, and all the props were thrown down here. You can't be sure, but there are a few little standees painted to look like hedges tucked into one corner, and a forgotten tuba half dented and thrown against one wall. And in the middle is this big white set of walls with a heavy metal door in front of it and kind of barred windows around the side. So it's kind of like a donut shaped room with this thing in the middle. And Sunset, as these curtains are drawn back, do you want to make a sense honey roll?
Of course I do.
You need to roll under a 2.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 1.
Perfect. You can move a point back from criminal to bear, so you're back to a 3-3 again.
Yeah.
And so in front of you is this glimmering room with the light like shining off this huge vault door. And as you shuffle the curtain a little further to the side, you see a beautiful chaise longue up against one wall, and lying on the chaise longue, right in the middle, tiny, is a little bee with a cigarette in a holder, and she's smoking it. Zzz, zzz, zzz. And you recognize Ms. Universe 2017, clearly taking a rest break from whatever activities are happening upstairs.
Are you guys seeing that?
Francesco, you're from Europe. Is that French? I couldn't understand a word.
I don't know. In Christopher Walk in Italy, we only speak in broken English. I can't confirm or deny. I mean, yeah, I don't understand what language she's speaking in, but that's about as much as I can discern.
How is it even, like, possible that she got in here if we had to eat through my locker?
She's smaller, so she can fit for a smaller spaces, I guess.
She gets up, shakes some pollen from her ample thorax.
Is this a slim thick bee? Or...
I just died in your arms tonight.
and
Fuck you, Sunset.
She kind of pulls a little piece of fabric over herself and kind of nods towards Francesca like, yes, you're right, and then winks towards Jelly Roy.
Sunset does not appreciate the wink to Jelly Roy, so she kind of gets in front of Jelly Roy, kind of like marking territory in between.
Uh-oh.
Ms. Universe 2017 gets a cigarette holder, stubs it out on the couch. There's a tiny hiss as this like needle-sized cigarette burn goes into the couch, and she flies up and shakes off this little piece of fabric and flips her body around so that her stinger is showing in a show of aggression to you, Sunset.
Wait. You shouldn't be here, first of all.
Zzz. Zzz.
What are you doing here? Let us pass. I have an important mission to complete.
And she intentionally shakes her head at all of you, rolls her eyes, then winks at Jelly Roy again. And her long lashes bat. And then she seductively flies across the room, leaving a trail of honey scent and pollen behind her and into that tuba. And the buzzing reaches cacophony, and then a wah, zzz, wah, blows out across the room. And you asked her, what are you doing here? And a door that you couldn't see because you're on this side of the donut, you hear it creak open. And you hear a, oh my God, you mean it's all the way down here? I can't believe it. And oh my God, this suit is so itchy. And you hear it. Ugh, for God's sake, why are you making all that racket, Ms. Universe? You're meant to be our lookout. And round the corner comes Beatrice Manuka, her long golden dress with the honeycombs, her blonde hair perfectly coiffed into ringlets, followed by three bears. Three bears, one of whom you recognize. It's Miguel.
Miguel?
And
Fucking Miguel!
Miguel immediately cracks their knuckles. Miguel is a grizzly bear in a fez.
No.
Miguel,
Hey Miguel,
cracks,
you got my WhatsApp.
but Miguel has
He's in the group.
fur,
What?
grey
Why did
fur
you text him?
and red eyes. There is also a panda in negative with red eyes who has a huge joint between their paws and a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel deck of hacking equipment on their arm. There's a huge hulking polar bear at the back. This one not in a sun visor. This one in like a sports helmet. And is just kicking up dirt with their feet and snarling at the rest of you. And kind of squirreling around Beatrice's feet is a little honey badger, opposite stripes to you, in a top hat that is like popped open and looking a lot like, Dodger from Oliver Twist. The red eyes as well, and is sneering at you. And you recognize the American Mathletes champion to your European championship, who you've always suspected secretly has a calculator on his lap. And here he is. And Sunset, you're feeling a bit put out. They put all this effort into matching you. And there isn't anyone that could match your beauty here. Not even that bee, not even Beatrice. But as you think this, Beatrice reaches to the back of her head and you hear a zipping noise. Zzzt. And she pulls away her human suit, and underneath is a sun bear who is absolutely stunning. So gorgeous, and you are furious. And you face off against this rival team of bears as they crack their knuckles and stub out their cigarettes, ready to beat you to the prize.
Well, 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 if it isn't Dr. Bradger. I see you've gotten yourself a team together.
Of course I got myself a team together. You think you get a lead when I don't? Pfft, Drippy Dan, more like, loser Dan.
Shut up, nerds! You absolute nerds. How dare you come here? You have no chance of beating us. Look at my team. Clearly capable to take 10 of yours.
They all like look at each other and elbow at each other and start doing little bear chuckles.
Hey, now say,
And Beatrice is like,
I've got this. So, Jelly Roy, I hear you have a key card that might unlock this here door.
I don't suppose you'd be interested in... And then she kind of turns her body to one side and fluffs out her tail, handing it over.
That's
Sunset plan secured, the deal active.
True.
that's a very tempting offer, criminal mastermind lady, but I'm loyal to my crew.
Sunset will not really yell, but look at Beatrice and say, you know, you've always tried copying me, and look where that got you. You lost the last 2 Prom Queen contests. You have Walmart version of my crew, and you're trying to steal my polar bear.
You bitch! And she just runs at you and dives at you. And I need you to make a bear roll. And what I'm gonna say is, this is gonna shake out that every bear is gonna have to go head to head with their enemy bear.
Oh, it's a bear off! It's a bear off!
And you can describe this however you want. It can be a hack off for Express, or a smoke off, you know, by the looks of things, or a bamboo off. It can be, you know, any kind of way the pair of you want to compete. This is, the floor is yours to create something that you've always wanted to beat this other bear at. And so Miguel starts squaring up to Francesco, running in like circles around each other like 2 stalking cats are Drippy Dan and the name Nunu said earlier.
Dr. Bradger.
Dr. Bradger, yes. Beatrice is already leaping full girl fight mode onto Sunset. And there's this jock polar bear already getting down in you know, he looks like he wants to charge at you.
Gelatin Ron.
Gelatin Ron. And yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll resolve this with some rolls, depending on how you want to do this. You know, you can beat them with your crime skills, you can beat them with your bear skills, either way. I will start with Francesco, the rookie, the newbie to the team, facing off against their old enemy, Miguel. What would you like to do?
Hey, Miguel. I know that we haven't always seen eye to eye, and that's because you're a foreign exchange student from... Where is it again?
Spain.
Oh yeah, that's right. The less interesting Mediterranean country.
How dare you!
I will tell you now that you're going down. And with that, all the while, I just remembered he was sort of giving it like the proper Italian passion, really getting sort of Christopher Walken pumped up slightly, and he'll just swing, just go for his legs, and then do a big old grizzly elbow drop. Just a classic grizzly bear elbow
Sweet.
drop, really.
I'm gonna say roll bear for me. I say roll twice, right? Because a grizzly bear's special is terrify. And I think you're being
Terrifying.
pretty scary. I don't want to get suplexed by a fucking grizzly bear. That sounds horrible.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't, would you? Like, let's see what happens.
What a sentence.
That was quite 3 and a 5.
A 3
So,
and a 5.
I needed
Great.
that advantage.
So that's a success. So move a point from bear. Wait, we won't. Yeah, we will. We'll move a point from bear to criminal for me. As
Okay.
you successfully grab Miguel, who starts swearing at you furiously in bear Spanish, and you tussle for a while, and his fez goes flying, yours stays put.
I
And
crumple it. Because they're obviously made of felt. I
Yeah.
crease it just at the end, so it'll never be perfect.
he's scandalized and furious, and it looks like
He
you're
should
coming
be.
out the victor of this fight. And next we have, I'm going to say, Express.
Express looks over at late, I guess, would be the opposite of Express, right?
It's
a
late
4
with a
instead of
4.
an A.
Yeah.
He goes, "Hey man, hacker duel right now." And what you think is about to happen is they're both about to like furiously type on the keyboards. But what he actually does is he just picks up a keyboard and he smashes it over the guy's head.
So yeah, definitely late. Pulls up the jewel deck and gets the paws out and is about to hit the command key when whack, a keyboard comes down on his head. And I need you to roll me a bear skill, just 1 die, and see if you can roll under 4.
Yeah.
Great, move a point from criminal to bear for me.
Oh,
So
Oh!
as he hits it with a keyboard, he goes, "No man, that's a hacker off. I said a hacker's duel. It's when 2 hackers like physically fight. I'll explain it later."
when you
And they
wake
just
up.
keep beating him with
Hey
keyboards.
man, what's your damage? Stop! Just weakly trying to push away the keyboard, like so despondent, like no. And next I want to cut to Jelly Roy. What's Jelly Roy doing against this enemy football team bear?
Right, so Jelly Roy kind of like fluffs up, makes himself look big and imposing, and they're like circling each other, and he's like, "Hey man, it's not often that I see another polar bear about. How you doing? I don't know what
Yeah,
she's.
man. You know what? People never ask how you're doing.
Yeah, right.
No one cares in this business at all. No.
I'm totally not your enemy. Look, we're
Oh,
brothers.
I got paid to be a muscle. I was just doing it for the cash. You know, I'm big and I'm strong. They say, "Oh, you're the biggest species of bear known to man."
It's a
You
blessing
should
and a
be the
curse, you know.
muscle."
Yeah.
It's so rude. I have hobbies, you know. I play violin.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Do you know what the real enemy of us is? The humans. They're taking the honey, and they're taking that real special honey, the Manuka stuff, and they're using it for their own selves. They should be giving it back to the bees, or using it for like antihistamines, because people have allergies, and it's good
You
for
have
them
allergies?
all the time. That's why I
Oh,
play
me
water polo to
too.
keep it moist and
I
wash away
cannot
the.
go near a peanut or I'll fucking die, man.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the
It's
worst.
so terrible. And people don't take it seriously. Like, we can just get Chinese takeout. I'm like, no, they use peanut
Yeah,
oil.
yeah.
They say, let's go to Five Guys. They have open boxes of peanuts in Five Guys.
It could fucking kill us. I mean, sorry for cursing, but it could literally kill us.
It's okay, man. I won't tell anyone.
I get angry sometimes about it. Hey, we should just. I don't want to fight you because you seem cool. You know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, man. And at this point, he looks like he's about to falter and stop, and I need you to roll a criminal because this is not a bear-based action. And try and roll under Jelly Roy's 3.
That's a 1 dice as well, isn't it? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Okay.
The persuasion roll, that's so good.
Right, here we go. Oh shit! That's a 6.
Whoa!
Oh,
So, because goes wrong, you need to take a point from criminal and put it into bear.
Okay.
But this helps you out because the reason you end up getting consumed by your bear anger is like, yeah, man, and then whatever Dr. Bradger is up to with Drippy Dan at this moment, Dr. Bradger breaks from that scene and looks over and is like,
Mom, what are you doing? Fight him! He's a loser!
And he's like, sorry, man! And he goes in for a swing.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
And the pair of you end up wrestling to the ground, and it looks like poor Gelatin Ron might prove victorious in this fight
Damn it.
after catching Jelly Roy unawares. He was so close.
So close. I dropped the bucket of honey. We're all just sliding around in the bucket of honey now.
Next, the kind of de facto leaders and brains of the group, these two little honey badgers on the ground, circling each other like cats, hissing and spitting. Nunu, what would Drippy Dan like to engage with in this movement?
As soon as they reach close to each other, like both claws, the badgers just come out and just like,
I mean, we could. You deserve it. We could turn this into a carnage fest.
I love carnage.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna rip you to shreds, you idiot.
he kind of looks around and sees both Francesco and Express just duking it out like fully violent style, and kind of calms down for a second.
But you know what? You know what would be the greatest defeat?
Kind of goes into his inner vest pocket and takes a miniature chess set and places it in front and starts placing.
I'll even let you play whites.
You know it.
And like pawns go down like so fast you can't even see his hand moving. Queens, bishops, they're out on the board, and it's like freaking Queen's Gambit in here. There's just absolute silence, and Dr. Bradger pulls out a timer and it's like, quick chess, 5 seconds per move only, go, and slams the button and moves their first piece. And I would like you to please roll a criminal skill with 2 die for brains.
Let's go. That's a 1.
It's a 1.
Yes.
Great. Can you move a point from bear to criminal for me,
He's
please?
dangerous.
Yeah, we have
do
2
the
people at
classic.
5s and 1s.
You do the classic chess move from earlier, Bear 3, Criminal 2.
Yes! So with a winning move of Bear 3, Criminal 2, Dr. Bradger is like,
No, I cannot be bested in a battle of wits.
how embarrassing! And like, in like rage quit style, like flips the chessboard and pieces are now flying in slow motion over the scene as Jelly Roy and Gelatin Ron are rolling about in his honey. Express is just smacking late over the head with this keyboard, and now keyboard keys are flying into the mix. And we have Miguel, we see in slow-mo as the fez gets creased in Francesco's hands, and a single tear drops down Miguel's face. And finally, the Queen Bees of the moment, the girls about town, the queens of the high school. What is going on between Sunset and Beatrice Manuka?
Okay. So Sunset first, looks around seeing everybody fight and looks at Beatrice and in a moment of shade just goes, I always knew you didn't have the beauty and just the greatness that a true prom queen has, because me, just being my normal bear self, have won, and you had to pretend to be a human, learn their language, and still lost for 2 years in a row. But
you don't know where she gets it from, but she somehow has a drink in her hand and she throws it on you.
I like to imagine that the drink just adds on to the honey that I
Yeah,
already have.
it just makes you glitter.
Yeah. So I look at her and I'm like, I usually try not to go physical, but I'll show you that a true queen can go physical and still look good. And is it possible to try and do it while rolling with the face at the same time?
Do you know what? Yes, this is absolutely a face move because you're the face, she's the heel. I'm saying wrestling rules here. This is a WWE style fight where both of you are seriously hurting each other, but there is so much showmanship here.
I want to look good while I do it.
Yeah. So roll me with face. So roll me 2d6, and you're trying to roll under your bear stats. I think makes sense.
It's a 3-3, so.
Yeah.
Oh. It's 2 4s.
Oh no! The scandal.
No!
For real?
Not really. I'm a bit flummoxed. I wasn't expecting that, in all honesty.
Oh.
Even though it's a dice game and I should have been prepared. And we see this fight begin to unfold, and they're elegantly cutting between everyone else's fights, these chess pieces swirling around, and it looks like Sunset has the upper hand. And then at the last minute, a queen catches under her foot and she falls and lands on her ass, and Beatrice steps over and is like, maybe you should try again when you know how to actually look good. And she like pulls a fan from nowhere and snaps it and is fanning herself. I'm the queen bee. I mean, Beatrice. It's in the name. And she looks down at you under her eyelashes. And you have to move a point from criminal to bear for me. And we see this scene where 3 of our team, our true homies, come out victorious and 2 do not. And so that means as the fight... Oh, yes, I see a finger in the air from our panda marker.
Am I done beating up late yet? Can I carry...
Oh, yeah.
Can I carry Beatrice?
Ooh.
As she's having a big moment, can I carry her?
Oh, yes, absolutely you can. The bucket of honey got overturned in the fight between our polar bears, but I'm going to say there's at least half left.
I had 2 buckets.
You had 2 buckets, perfect. And you grab this, leaving like your fight was weird because Late isn't like unconscious. Late's just given up very easily and lit in a doobie, and it's just like hanging in the corner, like watching everything unfold. So you grab this bucket and you run over, and I would like you to please make a criminal roll as you try to ruin the social career of Beatrice Manuka once and for all.
If I pretend to be really bad, like I'm guessing I'm gonna see Express do it, so can I pretend to be Beatrice in a, like, as best as I can act, just pretend that I'm sad and heartbroken?
Yeah, there's mascara tears running down your face. You're the face. You've done this 100 times before. And I'm going to say that means, Express, you get to roll 2 die.
Can I have a real quick flashback to watching Carrie?
Yes! It's bear movie night. Everybody's gathered on the sofa. Drippy Dad is curled up in Jelly Roy's lap. And you've all got your hats off and they're on the coffee table in front of you. And we just see that spoilers for Carrie. We see, I believe, the hand coming out of the grave right at the end, and it cuts to credits, and we cut back to Express running in slow motion, chess pieces.
Can I slide can I slide one of the buckets through the honey over to Express?
Express picks it up on the run over and begins to slowly overturn it. And can you make that roll for me to roll a criminal?
Come on,
I've only got
Express.
2 in criminal.
Come on, Express. Yes!
And
Bear gods are with us.
Bear gods.
offend
Praise the
this
bear gods.
honey, and it sluices all over Beatrice Manuka, falling in gloopy, viscous globs all over her beautiful fur. She does not rock this look how Sunset does. This just makes her fur gummy and sticky. The makeup she had on just running and smearing all over her face, and she lets out a scream of annoyance, and you hear a buzz 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 buzz, and she's like, "Ah, you're right. We should just leave. You won, but you didn't win fair and square, you dirty, horrible bears." And she kind of grabs a couple of her accomplices, and they begin to run out as flying in circles around you is Miss Universe 2017, clearly laughing. She's like,
Can I
and now-
roll to scare the shit out of her and terrify her?
Absolutely,
Like-
you can. As
She's
they're
like
leaving,
fucking-
she looks
Yeah, I
back.
swore now.
As it's fine. You can. We're past Watershed now.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
She looks back, a hand on the door, makes eye contact with Jelly Roy for a second, and then you step in front, raised up to your full grizzly height, teeth bared, paws spread, and roll me a Terrify roll with your bear skill, please. You're trying to roll under a 4, with 2d6.
3.
A 3. Wonderful. Add a point to bear for me.
Oh, dear.
And we'll have 1 criminal. And this is it. The scene in front of you. A roaring, screaming grizzly bear, terrifying these 5 other bears who are piling out the room and squeezing out. Honey slick all over the floor, bits of keyboard and chess pieces wedged all in it. Sunset wiping away her fake mascara tears and looking perfect once again, getting to her feet. And in front of you is the vault.
Hey, rookie.
Hey,
You earned it. I passed the key to Francisco.
I don't know what to say to you. I'm grateful. And tears start to fill Francesco's eyes. He takes off his fez, just to try and hide it a little bit. And he says, but I think that the honor should really go to our queen. And I
Cool.
turn towards Sunset with the card.
Sunset takes it, and she's not very shy, so she's not gonna pretend like she doesn't want the honor. But she will look at everybody and just kind of be, thank you. I could have literally not done this by myself. And kind of just puts it in and opens it. And just, I'm guessing, is it literally a vault where you need to like...
Yeah. So you kind of swipe this card and you hear a click, dung, and then a whirring, and the doors. You all have to step back as the doors shush open.
As Sunset's opening the door, Dan just goes next to Express and is like, well, they could have at least asked if we wanted to do it.
I thought, the whole carrying thing would have got me at least a mention. Nah, fuck.
I know, right? I thought that was brilliant, anyway.
Ah, thanks, man.
And
Very good.
these huge steel doors click open. They have these huge bars across them, and they slot apart, and there's like a whoosh of air, and it's like this fresh, clean air with this slight and extremely delicious smell of honey on it wafts towards you. And the whole vault is empty, except for one little marble podium in the middle with a gorgeous velvet cushion. And on the cushion, a crown and a scepter. The scepter looking like little honey spinners you might use to get honey out of your pot. And the whole thing covered in amber and golden gems that you know is some of the most expensive and delicious honey you've ever seen. The entire top of this staff, one huge crystal of honey.
We should probably take the column too. Marble is worth a fortune.
I could probably get it in the van.
That'll be stealing.
Yes, that would be stealing, Francesco. I think we should leave.
We don't
the column.
steal.
Marble is a natural resource like honey. So technically, it doesn't belong to anyone other than the earth.
I've heard some people describe it as the honey of rocks, you know?
That is true.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
me and Express don't see eye to eye on a lot. But that's one thing we do.
And I'll bow to your expertise because I'm sure they have a lot of marble in Christopher Walken, Italy. So I'll.
Hey, have you ever been to the Christopher Walken Coliseum?
I haven't. I would love to visit. If at some point that'd be awesome.
You can stay in our bare apartment in Sicily, and we can travel up to Rome sometime.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Thank you.
You'll love it. It's really, really hot.
You hear from behind you footsteps. And the person coming down the corridor, all they can hear is and someone comes into the room and you all freeze. There's no getting out of this. This is a big white empty room and this person is far too close. You were too engrossed in offering holidays to Italy to each other.
Did you say white? What is it?
White, yes. two little black eyes and a little black nose, only visible. And you hear, oh gosh, I didn't realize you were down here, my lovely students. Drippy Dan, after I invited you all the way here, I wondered where you'd gone in the ceremony. And you see Sir Barrington in his kind of slightly shabby, ill-fitting suit, his huge beard, his long mane of hair, his big hairy knuckles, just kind of his hands clenched together in like nervousness, like looking at the five of you. We were about to announce prom queen. That's why I've come down here. I didn't know any students knew the way. I don't suppose you'd be willing to come up to the gymnasium with me?
As much as a thumbs... Well, we can't speak to him, right? Because we're bats.
Yeah.
As much as a thumbs up as ports can do.
Is Jelly Roy with you? I haven't seen Jelly Roy in quite a while. Oh! My heavens! Jelly Roy! I don't see him against all of the whites. Yes. the counts for Prom King and Prom Queen have been verified, and Drippy Dan, if you would do the honors of bringing these to the main stage with me, I would like to present this to the school. Wonderful, yes.
Goes towards them and picks them up.
And Sir Barrington leads the way out. And the door the others left through actually leads to a narrow, rickety staircase, all made of stainless steel with narrow concrete walls. And he gets to the top and pulls a ring of keys out of his pocket and unlocks 3 or 4 very complex locks on the door that Francesco looks at with great interest, learning the different levels of rotation and click in case, you want to come back here and pilfer any honeys of the earth, honeys of rock that you have found down here. And back into the gymnasium. Yes, there was quite a scare earlier. There was an explosion over at one of the science labs, but everything's cleared up, and the fire services have dealt with everything. It's going to leave a horrible mark on the lawns, but what can you do? Nothing will stop prom. Also, out of the blue, Beatrice Manuka and Chad Waddington have just completely disappeared. I don't suppose you'd know anything about that, would you?
No.
Us, no.
Understandable. Yeah, no, I get that. He doesn't. And you kind of step back into the hall, and Drippy Dan and Sir Barrington make their way backstage, and step up onto the little stage, and the music goes quiet and students stop dancing. The sequins of their skirts, the shine of their lapels glowing under these beautiful sparkling lights. A disco ball swirls, creating wonderful little tinkles of bright light on all of you, and the whole room is full of kind of teen excitement and anxiety. Is this thing on? Testing. Yes. So I have with me Drippy Dan, Europe's #1 champion mathlete, to present the title of Prom King and Prom Queen. I have in this envelope here, and from inside his jacket he pulls a golden envelope, the results. And he folds up a flap. This year's Prom King and Queen are 2 of my favorite students, and 2 of yours apparently as well. Jelly Roy and Sunset, please make your way to the stage.
Oh my goodness! Holy hell! Oh, I knew Sunset was going to nail it, but what? Wow. That's so
worth it.
You bow your head, Sunset, and are crowned with the prize and the scepter you so nearly secured earlier. And Jelly Roy and Sunset, you are allowed the first dance on the dance floor as Ms. Universe 2017 flies around your heads, singing like in buzz format, buzzing out a beautiful romantic swelling song, and your 3 friends watch on the sidelines, potentially considering heading back down to the basement and that swimming pool full of honey and that room full of marble.
Only one thing before we finish, and we finish the dance. I tell Jelly Roy to go down just a little bit with his head, and because consent is key, I give him a kiss on the forehead and take out the crown from my head, put it on him, and say, "I always knew you'd do a great king." And then continue dancing.
Oh. Died in my arms tonight.
Express, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna produce out of my fur the Christopher Walken Italian Job, a DVD.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this for the next movie night, new guy?
No, I don't like Michael Caine.
Understandable.
And that's just all he says. That's the response.
So good.
And the music swells.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
May-
Will. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. I just wanted to say really quickly, Francesco wants to put on Il Mondo on the DJ's decks to be the last song that plays everybody else out, right? It's the national anthem of Christopher Walken Italy. So
we can't play it on stream because
I'm
just saying it would be ideal if we could, is where I was going with that.
Look him up, kids. Jimmy Fontana.
I'm gonna play it now just to be immersed in my head.
And this music blares across the dance floor. The disco ball is spinning. Jelly Roy and Sunset spinning in turn, 2 different planets on their axes, and Express and Francesco are leaning in, watching lovingly, whereas and Drippy Dan is surrounded by the excited mathletes from earlier, now restored with confidence, asking for your autograph, and everyone gets to spend the prom however they wish, dance with whomever they want, and receive consensual first kisses from whoever they might find from this evening. And as Honey Heist School 2017 draws to a close, we see our wonderful 5 bears, the heroes of the hour, sneaking back to a van with slabs of marble in their arms and buckets and buckets of honey being loaded into the back of the Wizardmobile.
Go, 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 go.
And that is where we will close Honey Heist's stream for Roll for Good. Well done, everyone.
That was amazing.
Crime bears.
We did it! High school bears.
You did it, High School Crime Bears. I'm so proud of you. So we are a few minutes from closing, and so I'm just going to use the next few minutes to wrap up and say thank you. So thank you everyone who's attending. Thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you if you're watching this on VOD for coming and watching it on VOD. Thank you if you were here earlier and you've just managed to get back in time to hear me say thank you. We're really, really grateful. We raised so much money all of today and during this stream. We had an anonymous donator donate like £250, I believe, which is crazy. Of course,
it was me. It was me.
It was you. Well,
no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh my God. You absolutely shithead.
Sorry about this.
And of course, you know, like I want to also state that, like, kind of money is no object. Any donation is welcome. If you can't donate, we still love you. We're still super grateful. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Honey Heist. If you did, you can download the game yourself. It's pay what you want over on Grant Howitt's itch, which I'm sure the mods can chuck into the chat for us. And I would just like to use the next few minutes so that everyone can give themselves a little plug, because if you enjoyed it, you might want to go see some of the stuff everyone else makes here. So I will start out with Diogo, our lovely Sunset. Have you enjoyed yourself, and where can we find you?
Our queen.
So, first off, this was very, very fun. Second, so you can find me basically on Twitter at DGAlexander1.
Our Twitter ats are in the corner of our things, if you need us.
I'm just an artist, but, you know,
hey, no,
not
just an artist.
Not just an artist.
Agreed.
So follow me if you like TTRPG art. Mostly maps, mostly isometric maps, honestly.
Ooh.
I need to talk to you more.
You can.
Yeah.
Speaking of needing to talk more, Will, hi.
Hey.
Have you had fun? Where can we find you? What do you do?
I've had a lovely time. I've had a really good day.
I'm chuffy pleased to hear that, love.
And to be honest, I didn't even want to win anything. I just had a great day. But you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, or on Twitch at What's Up Wilbur. It's that simple.
Thank you.
I'm. Somebody said to me the other day that what I am is a cult of personality, and so I'm just rolling with that.
Yes, I will also add an addendum, a cult of TTRPG personality. There is more to Will than just TTRPGs, but you're here for TTRPGs. So
Yeah,
get
that's
on
all I'm here for.
TTRPGs.
Yeah. Only follow me if that is what your interest box is.
Follow him anyway, he's alright. Next up, we have the lovely Nunu. Hello, did you enjoy yourself? Where can we find you? What'd you do?
Yeah, this was amazing. I had loads of fun. You did an excellent job, Prue. So everyone just like a little clap for Prue because this was amazing. Hey! As for myself, I am a TTRPG streamer and professional dungeon master, game master, storyteller, whatever you want to call it. You can find me playing a game on stream Mondays at 6:30 EST over on twitch.tv/Chromatic Chimera, where myself and a few friends of mine play an awesome campaign of Quest. Quest is a very versatile RPG. If you like traditional fantasy, go and check it out. You have a lot of drama, romance, high stakes stuff. So yeah, we're currently on season 4. We have recaps for all the other seasons. So come and check us out if you like that. That's it for me. That's all I'm gonna say.
I sometimes tune in to the Quest game, and it is very fun. I will throw another plug in for that. It's good. Also, that overlay is all clouds and stuff. So if you like this overlay being clouds and stuff, there's more clouds. If you're literally here for clouds, there's more clouds.
Here for clouds.
All of those
Animated.
cloud lovers.
You want to keep up with other projects I might be part of in the future, which there are some in my site currently. Just follow me everywhere you can follow people on social media. I see Meg already posted my Twitter on chat, so that's it. JNunoTex, everywhere you find people online. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Ben, or Mr. The Flickering Torch. Hello. How are you?
Hello.
How are you doing? Where can we find you?
I'm just glad I didn't embarrass myself today.
Yes!
You can find me over on twitch.tv/theflickeringtorch every Tuesday at 7:30 British time for more RPG stuff from me. Or you can follow me on Twitter, where you just get to see all of my DMs that fail to people. So it's pretty fun.
Nice.
It's a lot of puns that just fall on their face. So.
If we love anything here, it's puns. I may roll my eyes, but I secretly,
love a
it's
pun.
one of those. It's one of those fine lines between love and hate kind of relationships. Oh my goodness.
Roll your eyes. It just means that they're that good that made
Yeah.
you roll your eyes.
The
That's all
pun
that
was
is.
successful.
I like it, but I don't like puns. I'm still saying by that. I'm just letting you know.
Wow.
All right, Panda.
Will really came here to fight tonight.
You don't like Michael Caine or puns? Got you down with
Whoa.
C.
Whoa.
Okay, just so that we don't overrun too much and eat into Diane's MC slot, I would like to pop over to Evan next. Hi, Evan. How you doing? Did you have fun? Where can we find you?
I had such a good time. Thanks for having me. I've got to play with some amazing people I love on Twitter for a long time. So, and also thanks to everyone in the production, because I know it's been a lot of work behind the scenes. So big thanks to Tech and to everyone who made this a success. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter. I'm Moldy Nerd. I run Homebrew D&D, Tales from the Loop, Humblewood, currently running Alien RPG with Balrog 1911, who's part of the crew as well, on Friday nights. And I'm doing a bit of bookbinding. I do a bookbinding stream. And on Monday night, I'm on, as part of an Asian Pacific Island takeover, I've got a slot on Twitch front page. So yeah,
Nice.
so 9 p.m. British summer time, and I've got a very special book, which means a lot to me. I've had it for many years. I drew inspiration from this book for my own tattoo, and I'm going to rebind it. So it's only paper, it's only hardback, but I'm going to rebind it in leather and re-etch it. So it's a phenomenal book. Goes into the history.
Amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're around, please stick. And then I'm going to auction it off on, like, I think you can do eBay charity auctions and then put the money towards Moldy youth programs in STEM. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'm really excited for the bookbinding. I'm excited for lots of the things everybody does, but that one in particular is
Yeah.
very, very exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's awesome.
And then finally, I will plug myself. I'll try to do it nice and quick. So I am Prue. I'm Proopypants everywhere online. If you're interested in following me on my personal socials, I talk shit on the internet. That's essentially what I do. But this Roll for Good was spawned out of a UK and Europe tabletop role-playing game community I started on Discord. We're now 336 members strong. Woo! And if you're interested in TTRPGs and you want to hang out with more people in a UK and Europe time zone for whatever reason, you don't have to be from the UK and Europe to come. Please come join, and you might end up working on projects like Roll for Good, and that would be super cool. Thank you everyone who's worked on Roll for Good so far. I know how hard everyone's been working because I have also been working ridiculously hard. So I am so grateful. And final thing is, if you want to see me stream more, there are 2 streams I appear on. One is my project with my home friends that we started because of lockdown, Chasing Tales role-playing games. Come along, we have D&D 5e, we have variety TTRPGs, we got loads of fun stuff that goes on over there, and it's all in UK evenings. And then I also play on Friday nights at 7:30 p.m. UK time over at Kilted Cajun RPG. And I know a lot of those people have been in the chat today, so if you're here, love you guys, hope you're having fun. And that is it for plugs from me. I just want to say once again a huge thank you to my players for a wonderful story. You're all amazing role players. That was a great Honey Heist. Thank you to our lovely producer, Tempest, who's sitting here quietly behind the scenes. And we will now be cutting to an intermission where you can win stuff. So stick around. You can win stuff. So the stream is not over yet, because this is the last game of the day. The stream isn't over. You can win stuff. Stay and win stuff.
Winning doesn't finish. Yes.
And thank you everyone that donated. Thank you everyone who stopped by. We love you, and good night. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.